Yo, yo. Here we go. Again and again and again and again. For the rest of my life, I guess. I'll be doing these for the rest of my life, if I can. Because I always want to keep touch with all of you, of course. Even though nobody gives a fuck about me and shows up and everybody hates me and I get no views and the world hates me, doesn't like me in any way, shape, or form, that's fine by me. I'm just trying to get the truth out. You don't have to like it. I get it. Truth hurts. Kill the messenger. I get it. Fuck it. It's all good. Don't bother me. Because personally, I like myself. How y'all doing? Where are you at, Professor? I'm right here. Outside of Murphy, North Carolina. It takes me about 45 minutes to get to Murphy, to town. Steven, there he is. What's up? Much love to you too, buddy. How you been, man? Is that you? Wearing a fucking tie, dude? You look good. You look sharp, Steve. You look almost as sharp as I do with a tie on. Good to see you, man. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, it's gnarly, dude. It is gnarly what's going on, man, in the shit in the world. Hey, I get it. Hey, I know what it's like. I get it. You don't like me. That's fine. If you don't like me, I get it. No views. The world hates me. I don't give a fuck. The truth fucking hurts. I'm not going to fucking stop telling the truth just because you don't fucking like it. Just because you don't like me, just because you don't like to give me views, that's okay. Go follow someone else. Go get your placated information that makes you feel good about yourself somewhere else. Because the truth ain't like that. The truth is more realistic to this world, the duality aspect. Now here we go with the disturbing illusion here. Brian, Super Brian is what I like to call him because he's kind of like fucking Superman lately. he's killing it. So I think this is the one.
I'm going to ask you during the course of this video to just please put your leftism and your rightism on the shelf for a second and realize that we all, possibly you could have been played. Possibly we've been indoctrinated all of our lives into accepting the current system. We've been indoctrinated to believe that.
Is there a chance that the system that you've all been indoctrinated to believe in and live in, is there a chance that it's not organic and natural? Is there a chance that it's rigged against you and it doesn't help you in any way? Of course there is. Look around. We see the effect. 50% of the United States can't pay their rent. Half the country can't pay the rent. 75% of them are living on paycheck to paycheck. 75% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck right now. The system is working just fine for the 1% who bought it and paid for it. They're getting what they bought and paid for by the crooked system. If you allow bribery, which is lobbying, then you don't have a chance, because the corporations and foreign countries, you have foreign countries that are getting their agendas done because you don't have the money to lobby, to bribe the politicians. So lobbying is a rigged system. Not to mention, you don't have the right to go around and making laws for people.
The left is right, or the right is right, or the police are right, or the government is right, or there's some kind of supreme law of the land called the Constitution that all the government agents are abiding by, and they're doing that to keep us safe and preserve and protect and defend our rights from all enemies, foreign and domestic. And yet time and time we see that these people who swore to protect us from domestic and international enemies have become the very domestic enemies that they swore to protect the rest of us from. And I'm talking about from the left and from the right. I'm talking about Republican senators and congressmen, Democrats.
Folks, the United States government is basically the Israeli government. Okay? Get that through your little pea brains. The United States has been taken over by a foreign country. It has dual citizens. Everybody in Congress, everybody in the Supreme Court is from Israel, dual citizen. Everybody in Congress is a dual citizen. The entire United States government is so intertwined and controlled by Israel. All the intelligence agencies are basically one. And same with the United States government and the Israeli government. They're basically one government. Good fucking luck getting these fucking pedophile, genocidal, fucking maniacs, psychopaths the fuck out of our government, because all these fucking Israeli psychopaths are there to stay. You better fucking get them the fuck out. You are basically run by a foreign government, aka Israel. You are not run by Americans. Your politicians of the United States do not run the United States government. They don't.
Senators and congressmen and presidents, and then we embroil ourselves in this dog and pony show called the DNC or the RNC, which are corporate entities that put up their guy for you to vote for, so you can be pacified, and so that you can think that you have some semblance of power while you sit on the plantation voting for the chains of your own oppression, as long as it's your plantation master that gets to rule and control and rob the rest of us. You have to understand, we have been duped. And if you are in any way continuing to push the left versus right paradigm divide, you continue to be part of the problem, even if it looks like you're doing something good. If the undertow, if the undercurrent, if the underlying foundation of what you're doing is to act as a cheerleader for the right or act as a cheerleader for the left, you are continuing to perpetuate the fraud and the problem that continues to devalue our currency. You're continuing to actually cheerlead for central banking, the Zio International Banking Cartel, to continue to support and uplift their central banking Ponzi scheme known as the Federal Reserve Note. Remember, that note that you have in your pocket is a note of debt. It is not a store of value.
That's right. It's a debt that you owe, and you never got any of the proceeds for it. Think about that.
Vehicle for them to actually steal the product of your time and laboring energies. That's what a dollar represents.
You are being, the value of your dollar, the amount of things, the buying power that it can buy, is being stolen from you. And you don't see it because it's so deceptive. But they're diminishing the value of your dollar via printing money out of thin air. And that's the product of your hard-earned labor. You will never be able to save money. Your money that has been stolen because it doesn't buy as much as it used to. You just worked all those hours like a slave, like a fucking retard, for nothing. because now your money's gone. You can't even, you worked for the money, then you go to spend the money and it doesn't buy what you thought it could anymore. You did it for nothing. You worked for all this money, you saved it, and now you go to buy a car, it doesn't buy half the car now. Think.
Represents the time it took you to earn it, the labor that you had to expend to earn it. And when they counterfeit the currency, they are actually trying to pass off fake time and fabricated labor. It's not true. So anything that's funded with the Federal Reserve.
Damn, that's a goddamn good point right there. Goddamn, it's fake time. Nobody worked for that shit. That's crazy.
Reserve note, the world's reserve currency, the US dollar, anything that uses that to fund war, the prison industrial complex, the military industrial complex, presidential elections, or the campaign of a senator or congressman, everything that it's built on is fraudulent, period. It's not sound money. It's money by fiat or by government edict. This is $5 because I say it's $5. This is $10 because I say it's $10. And you're locked into that.
Yeah, the sun's 90 million miles away not because we measured it, because we say so.
At $5 or $10, so that when you go to the store, that pack of gum that used to be 25 cents a pack for 5 pieces is now $1.50 or $2.50 for the same 5 pieces. So what did they do? They stole the product of your time and labor as signified in that pack of gum. Now it takes you more dollars to buy that same pack of gum or whatever it is you're buying, and you have to work harder and longer. So it takes more time and more labor. So
it makes you look so pathetic. You look like such a sucker. You're all a bunch of suckers for not seeing this shit. You're like what you call a mark. You're the mark. You're the mark, folks. The public of the United American public. You're the mark, man. You're fucking fools, man. Like, to allow yourself to be stolen from like this. You're like a fucking joke. It's insane.
In essence, the political parasites and the corporate and banking elite that control the political parasites, whether you're talking about Joe Biden or Barack Obama or the Bushes or
Bush or fucking Nixon, it's irrelevant. They're just puppets. They're puppets. You got to be looking at the puppeteers, not the puppets, dummy. Only dummies watch the puppets instead of the puppeteers controlling them. You could literally see Netanyahu's hand coming up the back of Trump, controlling him like a ventriloquist. It's insane.
Or Donald Trump, they're being controlled by the banking elite. So if you back that president, you are backing the central banking cartel that's perpetuating the fiat currency Ponzi scheme and the counterfeiting of banknotes, which means the devaluation of your time and labor. It couldn't even be more clear. So when a Nick Shirley comes along and exposes fraud, it's like taking a vial of ocean water, rowboating out into the middle of the Pacific or Atlantic Ocean and taking a vial and going, look, there's water out there, and I've just exposed the fact that there's water, when everybody can see not just the vial of water that Nick decided to get out of the ocean. You can see an ocean of water. It's an ocean of corruption, and that's what politics is. It's the clever
ocean of pedophiles. It's an ocean of these fuckers.
And deceptive art of using euphemisms, lies.
Government is an ocean of pedophilia. It is nothing. It has nothing but pedophilic ways. It's in its nature. It's its way. It's inherent in government. Pedophilia is inherent in government. Clearly.
Is emotionalism.
Clearly, pedophilia is a part of what government is. That's why it can't exist. Pedophilia is clearly inherent in government. So government can't exist. So pedophilia can't exist. If there's no government, there can be no pedophilia. Think about it.
And fear mongering in order to dupe average people like you and me into accepting and even demanding the chains of our own oppression.
Every time you fucking retards vote, you're voting for the same CIA agents, the same Mossad, the same MI5, MI6. You're voting for government. You're voting for unelected, unaccountable intelligence agencies to go out and create wars and interfere with people around the world that they have no business doing. That's what you're doing when you vote. You're voting for the same CIA asshole pedophile that's been up there for 50 years. So fuck you. Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
And the people who perpetuate
I
this
fucking hate
are people like ABC, NBC,
You don't get to
CBS,
tell me what
the
to
Young
do.
Turks, Meghan MK Ultra Kelly.
All these retards that you see on the network news television that are on YouTube, every single one of them, if you see any of these fucking retards, any of them on the network news, they're a fucking CIA agent, shill, piece of shit, okay? Except someone like a George Carlin or something like that. But you have your flukes. He had real talent, okay? And he told the truth. And so you have your exceptions. But for the most part, if these cocksuckers are just on YouTube 1 minute and they're on the network news prime time the next, dude, he's in the club. Nobody goes on TV mainstream unless you're part of the pedophile club. If you're on CNN, anything, you're part of the pedophile club. You're part of this. You're all right. Let's say you're not for CIA. Let's say you're not in the CIA technically, but you're still for government because you are going for Democrats. The DNC is a corporation. The Republican RNC is a corporation. These are all corporations. Government says it's a corporation. And so you have all of these corporations, okay, excuse me, that are in charge of everything in the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. It's all corporations. And these fucking retards are fucking on the news and then on YouTube. And whether you work for the CIA or a corporation, you all might as well, because you all want government. You all want to rule over me with your mentally ill pedophilic rules. You know what I mean? You're going to tell me what I can put in my own body. You got to die for that. In my opinion, if you think you can tell me what I can put in my own body, you got to die. You got to die for that. You can't be here. Okay? You can't be here. If you think you can tell me what to do, you got to die for that. Okay? Just get that straight. You can't be here if you think you can tell me what to do ever. I'm a grown man. I would never, ever tell you what to do. Never. I respect you and your freedom. You're a full-grown adult. I would never tell you what to do. You're free. How can I?
Everybody on the left, everybody on the right, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and yes, unfortunately, the Nick Shirleys of this world who will not uncover the fraud of the Trump administration. Why don't you look into
what's wrong with that? He's a fucking clown, this fucking clown. Look, I uncovered something, dude. It's like a huge elephant's over here and he's over here. Look, I found a mouse. It's like he's a retard.
Billions of dollars that were stolen by Donald Trump and the Trump family through the cryptocurrency rug pull and scam.
Yeah. What the fuck is up with the cryptocurrency rug pull? Give me a fucking break, bro. What the goddamn fuck? That's more crooked than a dog's hind leg.
So if you're going to choose to identify and expose one kind of fraud on the left, but you're going to fail to expose a similar, just as corrupt.
They only care about their party. These cocksucking retards in the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, their party can do no wrong, but the other party, everything they do is wrong. Everything, no matter what. So these fucking morons don't give a shit about morals and ethics. Every time it's just their party. It's their party. They never give a goddamn fuck about, they never, ever give a fuck about morals and ethics or about doing the right thing. It's never about doing the right thing. It's about their pedophile party, their corporate shill grifting pedophile parties, corporations.
fraud on the right, then you are cherry picking the fraud that you want to uncover and expose. And if you're cherry picking the fraud, then you're engaged in selective journalism, which isn't journalism at all. Now, I want you to look at this picture right here. Twice, Trump was named the Time Magazine Man of the Year.
Twice, pedophile of the year, as far as I'm concerned.
But then,
look at that cocksucking pedo. But then again, Hitler did too. Then again, Hitler did too.
So was this guy. And what you have to understand is that history doesn't just
wait until these assholes judge this guy 50 years down the road. He'll be the new Hitler 2.0. Because the people, like, you're probably going, wait a second. Look at this guy on the cover. How is this guy on the cover back then? This is crazy. Well, Trump on the cover right now is crazy, isn't it? Look what he's doing. Just murdering people in fishing boats, stealing oil, murdering babies in Palestine, giving more weapons so Israel can murder more babies. Sorry, it actually kind of ran.
This guy. And what you have to understand is that history doesn't just happen. It's managed. Nothing consequential in history arrives unplanned or unshaped. Narratives are not discovered, they're constructed.
Oh, nothing here is organic. That's the thing. Everything here you see on TV, there's a plan to fuck you for it. That's why it's there. You're just too dumb. You just admit it. Just admit you're just too dumb to get this shit and just die or something. Because if you're not going to help us, you're part of the fucking problem. You're just like a piece of shit cancer.
And they're constructed by the evil psychopaths that control.
If you don't understand freedom, you don't want a freedom for your kids in the world in the future, you're just a piece of shit cancer. Get the fuck out of here or fight for freedom. You fight for freedom or die, okay? Fight for freedom or die, you fucking coward, fucking pussy faggot coward fucks here. You're all cowards for not fighting.
Corporate
You're
media.
all cowards for letting these two pedophiles run around and murdering children and on TV. You let these cowards fucking talk and you don't hang them? This guy isn't hanging from a fucking rope. You're a bunch of pedophile coward supporting motherfuckers. You're a bunch of pedophile supporters. You're child murdering supporters. You're all a bunch of fucking pussy faggot cowards. You let this guy talk to you? He should be hanging from a rope. Him and BB should be dead right now. You let these fuckers bark orders at you? A pedophile? You let a pedophile child raper talk to you? You're a bunch of fucking pedophile raping losers for allowing this guy to run around. You're a bunch of fucking cowards. Fuck you, cowards. Fuck you, America. All you fucking pussies in America, the American public. Fuck you, cowards. Why are you such pussy faggot cowards? How can you allow your fucking children to be stolen from by a pedophile like this? How dare you? How dare you, cowards, allow your children to starve because of this guy? Wow.
Media that control the banking system. Wow. So you ought to understand that consent is not spontaneous. It's manufactured. In the 1930s,
nobody is consenting to this system. It is forced onto them and by their fellow man.
A fractured nation was given this simple story. We were betrayed, and it's true. Germany was betrayed by the Allied forces who were just as corrupt as Germany. The Germans said we were humiliated.
Where the fuck did he go? Is he there? Where is he?
So we must be restored. The slogan "Country First" sounded like survival, not extremism. And at first, many cheered. Institutions hesitated. The media normalized. Only later did the moral accounting begin. Now, fast forward to our present time and our present predicament. Once again, another populist figure emerges amid distrust, economic anxiety, and institutional decay. Once again, the language is nationalist. Once again, borders become symbolic. And once again, rhetoric hardens while narratives polarize. And once again, the same centers of power, whether it's financial, bureaucratic, media, or political, position themselves not as participants, but as referees of morality. The parallel isn't the man, the parallel is the machinery. When control feels threatened, divisions become useful, fear becomes currency. History is then reduced to political villains and political saviors, so the system itself is never questioned. The danger isn't America first. The danger is when populations are trained to stop thinking in mechanisms and to start thinking in caricatures. People start backing the man or the woman.
Yeah, it's a cult of personality. The people are seeing the government as a single individual instead of the government for what it is. They believe that this individual at the time is actually government when it's not. It's just a window dressing. It's just an outfit. It's just the current outfit of the week.
Start backing people like this or people like this unbelievably. It's literally the cult of personality. They've made songs about the cult of personality. This is cognitive
Cult of personality.
dissonance, trying to hold two mutually exclusive and diametrically opposed ideas at the same time, knowing that one of them is wrong and the other one is probably wrong too. And once people accept a pre-written story, once yours and my dissent is framed as danger, once complexity is treated as disloyalty, history doesn't need to repeat itself. Not exactly. It only needs permission. And if this is true, then the manipulation is no longer subtle, it's ambient. It literally surrounds everyone at all times. It feeds everyone, flatters everyone just a little differently, so that everybody thinks they're having a different experience, but it's really the same experience. The most unsettling realization is this: people are beginning to see that they're being used, yet they continue cheering, doubting, or condemning because each role comes with its own sense of righteousness. The system no longer requires simple belief, it just requires participation, your participation.
Again, let me repeat, like he said, when you vote and you participate, you are voting for the same CIA intelligence services that are sex trafficking children in order to bribe politicians. Every time you fucking retards vote and participate, you're voting for the same pedophile, sex trafficking CIA, the same Mossad. You're paying for Mossad to blackmail people that are politicians to control them. Not in just this in government, in other governments, they're doing this. The U.S. is doing this in other governments, like Israel's doing it here. It's a clusterfuck of mental illness and pedophilia. There are a bunch of psychopathic pedophiles, sex trafficking children. All of the intelligence agencies are the sex traffickers. They're the goddamn drug traffickers and the weapon traffickers. In case you're too dumb to understand that, they even call them the cocaine import agency, criminals in action. They are the traffickers of everything. They even use the same drug traffic, the drug networks to traffic children. And they use they also use sex trafficking networks to traffic drugs and weapons. They do it all. The CIA, the intelligence agencies around the world, they sex traffic all the children and the drugs and the weapons and everything. As you can see, they send the pedophiles back to Israel with no charges, and then they genocide the babies over there, and then they send them more planes. The goddamn U.S. government just sent more planes and weapons to pedophile Israel so it can murder more people around in its region. But do your kids get to eat today? Or did you get to have propane heat? Are you cold like me with no heat, freezing your balls off? Are your children cold? Well, that could have been your money for heat and food, but they gave it away to another country per usual, as per usual.
Your participation in the political system, whether it's headed by this guy or a Democrat or a Republican,
voting for the same sex trafficking intelligence agencies again and again, and they just put another puppet in front of you, and you think it's different. Boo boo gaga goo goo. Do you understand how dumb you are? It's insane.
or a president or a monarch. See, you got to understand, history always repeats itself, and only fools think it's a mere coincidence. Let me know what you think about this. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you like these commentary videos, maybe you'll like some of my others. Check out my most popular playlist. The key work here is to expose the truth and just throw seeds of freedom and set brush fires of freedom in the minds of men, because it's not the majority who will prevail, but it's the irate and tireless minority who are setting brush fires of freedom in the minds of men. Leave your thoughts about this in the comment section below. If you want to support this channel, you can do it for free. Just like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification.
Folks, don't forget, when you vote, you're voting for sex trafficking. You're voting for drug trafficking. You're voting for war. When you vote, you're voting for the same CIA intelligence services that are sex trafficking children to bribe the politicians in your country as well as others. How could you be so naive? How could you be so naive? How's everybody doing over here with it? All right, you got a lot of these people that they talk a lot, but they never say anything on these YouTube channels. It's so annoying. And that's why, these people are fucking stupid. That's right. What's up, Mount Flood, Chicago? How you doing? Another perspective. World of Bliss. Steven. Don. Conrad. Bubscat. Mount Flood, Chicago. What's up, you guys? Yeah, they're stupid. Very, very, very stupid. These fucking retards, every time they vote, they're voting for sex trafficking. They're voting for war. They're voting for children murdered. They're voting for snipers to take out particular different body parts of the week for babies in Palestine. They're murdering. Yeah, dude, it's insane, man. Hey. We live in a world full of cowards that openly let pedophilic, psychopath, genocidal maniacs bark orders at the world. Like, you got Netanyahu up there and Trump barking orders at the world, dude. The biggest pedophile, psychopath, genocidal baby killers of all time allowed to talk to the world instead of hanging from a rope. Y'all are a bunch of fucking pathetic fucking cowards. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Out there in the public, you fucking retards. You'll never catch anybody from fucking the Meltology crew doing some stupid shit like this. Ever. We're hyper aware. We respect freedom. We don't go for strangers making up arbitrary pedophile rules for us. And until these retards can see the elephant in the room, which is, you don't have a right to vote. You don't have a right to tell me what to do. That's it. Hey, all this stuff of this and that, it goes away when you realize, hey, you don't have a right to get together and make rules or laws for me. Okay? You don't have a right to set up a monopoly on force. And you don't have a right to do any of this shit and cause harm. So we're going to have to punish you soon here. You're getting out of control, this group of pedophile called government. You're getting out of control. We're going to have to punish you. You done stole everything from the whole world and sitting up there all high on your high horses. You're all going to fucking die and pay, and we're going to savage you. Go ahead, set up your police state, because that'll accelerate more of a reason to fucking savage you all. People like fucking all of you fucking pedophiles like Trump. All you fucking rich fuckers up there need to be savaged by the people that you stole from. Their babies have died. Their children have died because of you, people in the government. The number one cause of death is government democide by their own statistics, by the way, too. Can't make this shit up. And they don't stop coming. They don't stop coming. All right, you always gotta add this shit. Now, look at this pedophile fucking, God, I hate fucking stream retard. What is wrong with these motherfuckers, bro? Okay, come on.
The big giveaway here, because I saw a headline about how Hillary and Bill Clinton are going to be subpoenaed about their relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell now.
Dude, Epstein came to the fucking White House like 30 fucking times when Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton were fucking in office. Let that sink in. The intelligence agencies run the sex trafficking. Epstein was just a dumb fucking agent asset, just like all these other terrorists that did 9/11. They're CIA, you fucking retards. You're so fucking dumb, it's insane. Literally, dog fucking shit on the ground is smarter than you.
As they're trying to distract away about how they're not going to release the files, which obviously have something bad for both parties in them. Otherwise, we would probably have them. The big giveaway here about that, if the Clintons are subpoenaed and forced to testify or whatever, or if Ghislaine is asked about them.
The DOJ, your court system, they're all run by intelligence services. What makes you think it's called the injustice system, man? Just us system. Like, how do you not see it, people? Like, I don't know what's wrong with you. You're like asking a pedophile to take itself to court and to jail and execute itself for its crimes that it committed. When you ask government to investigate itself, it's like asking a pedophile to investigate itself. When they say they're investigating themselves, government says they're investigating anything. It's like a pedophile saying he's going to investigate. It's like a criminal saying he's going to investigate his own crime.
Is that Republicans are not going to touch one very important aspect of the Epstein-Clinton relationship with a 10-foot pole, and that is Jeffrey Epstein's 17 visits to the Clinton White House between 1993 and 1995. They will not touch that. And there is a reason why mainstream media has worked so hard to have all the scandalous coverage of Epstein and Clinton be after Clinton left office. No focus on when he was in office. And the same is true also, I've argued in the past about Bill Gates, because they won't talk about his relationship with Epstein.
Oh, that guy's such a fucking pedophile, Gates! Why are you such a pedophile, Bill? Why?
He was no longer involved as chairman of Microsoft. So they want the pressure off of Microsoft. They want the pressure off of what was Epstein doing at the Clinton White House, because it's really, I would argue, ultimately boils down to what I see as sort of the second.
He works for the intelligence agencies that run the White House and the government. You dummy!
Second coming of Iran-Contra in the
Why are you people so dumb and blind at the same fucking time?
90s, same
hand in hand.
network involved with this very crazy effort that's remembered as Chinagate today, but it really has a lot to do with U.S. and Israeli intelligence, who, of course, were the bedfellows of Iran-Contra, and some of the connections they made to major Chinese weapons dealers and organized crime like
all the shenanigans done by your favorite pedophile genocidal ally. Israel, folks, is your greatest enemy. They're not just your greatest enemy. They're the entire world's greatest enemy. You know why? Because their plan is to kill all the goyim, expand their world from Israel outward at 360 degrees outward. That's Israel's greater Israel plan, and to enslave the world. That's Israel's plan. It's to enslave the world and dominate and rule them according to their mentally ill religious beliefs.
Figures in Macau and, weird things there that involved a lot of military technology transfer from.
You don't understand religion as a psychological operation, then you don't understand what you're seeing today.
The U.S. to China, Israel very involved in this, and it was even, the CIA acknowledged that in the early 90s, but nothing was done to really stop anything. And they don't really want to.
All of the behaviors caused in the world today were caused by belief. They're all caused by a perception of what they believe is accurate information.
Talk about that at all, even though it involves China, it involves Clinton. You think it would be the perfect story for Trump. No, they won't touch it. And I write a lot about it very extensively in my book, Chinagate, if you'd like more detail why that would be so bad for both parties. So, my thesis about Epstein in general is that he was working obviously most overtly for Leslie Wexner, but Leslie Wexner himself is enmeshed with this group that becomes rather tight-knit later of oligarchs, really, these billionaires that all happen to have organized crime connections and are very interested in ethno-philanthropy, I guess.
Are you speaking of the mega group?
Yeah, sure. And which Bronfman co-founded, Charles Bronfman, not Edgar Bronfman, but they obviously work closely together since they're brothers. Co-founded that with Leslie Wexner in 91, but it wasn't reported on until the Wall Street Journal covered it, I think, in 1998 or 1997.
So it was before Robert Maxwell's death, but his code name was Mega. And then he dies in between those 2 points that you just talked about, doesn't he?
He dies in.
Oh, look how cute! Oh, God, boo boo! Oh, God, boo boo!
And then he dies in between.
Hey! Oh, look how cute they are. Look, that's Jizz face, all over her face, Maxwell. And her father, the Mossad agent, the Israeli buttfucker that wants to get fucked in the ass by Netanyahu.
In those 2 points that you just talked about, doesn't he?
He dies in 1991, but I'm not sure because we don't know the month the mega group was created, but it was created sometime in 91. So it's hard to know the exact overlap. But there was a spy scandal in DC.
What's the deal with all the names? MAGA? What is the deal with these names, man? What's up with that?
And the code name, it was
have a name.
wiretap or something, I believe, of the Israeli embassy. And they were talking about getting information from someone whose code name was Mega. And so they were trying to look for a mole in the government.
Say Mega,
and they didn't find one. And then their source, I think it was the Washington Post or some mainstream media outlet like that was reporting on it. And the Israeli they interviewed to sort of explain away the scandal was Rafi Eitan, who had actually been Robert Maxwell's handler, and also Jonathan Pollard's handler for Israeli intelligence. But he was running now defunct Israeli intelligence.
Everything is run by intelligence. The whole world is run by intelligence. The whole government is run by intelligence. The DOJ is run by intelligence. Everything in the government is run by intelligence. And guess what? They're not intelligent at all. It's crazy.
Intelligence agency called
a pedophile right here. How is this guy not choked out to death? I would love to choke him out as I fucking look into his eye and choke him to death. I will kill this guy right now.
Like him, that was mainly focused on science and technology.
Hang on a rope for all the murder, all the babies in Palestine you murdered, all the babies that you had snipers kill. You had all the snipers one week shooting them in the arms. And then the next week you had all the snipers shooting the babies in the head. Then the next week, Netanyahu had his snipers shooting all the babies in the stomach or the leg. That's Netanyahu. He needs to hang for murdering babies, for having them sniped and murdered. Netanyahu has to die for murdering innocent civilians. Listen, when one person does something wrong, you don't blame the entire world for it, for what one person did wrong. You don't blame and punish the entire world for it. You don't blame one Palestinian and punish all the Palestinians for what one did. That's a mental illness.
Espionage. I forget exactly when it was shut down, but basically he was the one kind of trying to explain it away. And it's very interesting you would roll out such a controversy.
Those are actions of hate, not love. We clearly see that all of your actions are based on hate. None of your actions that we ever see from Israel are based on love. You will never see, or government for that matter, you will never see any actions based on love by government or pedophiles, psychopaths. None of the actions they do are based on any type of love, loving behavior. There is no loving behavior coming out of any of these politicians around the world. No love. Nothing but psychopathic behavior, pedophilic behavior.
Crucial figure to be the person to explain it away. And I think if you look at Rafi Eitan's career of espionage against the United States alone, can't really take his claims at face value at all. So the possibility, and I think it was first raised by Israel Shamir, writing for Executive Intelligence Review.
Anyway, you get the idea. Oh yeah. You want me to play the latest Jake TV? I think I saved it, didn't I? Yeah, it's like asking cops to investigate themselves. It's insanity. It's so insane. Dude, how dumb the people are right now. It's mind-boggling. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Fiona for the hat here. Appreciate the hat. How do I look? How do I look in your gear that you bought me? She bought me this a while ago before Christmas, but I'll call it a Christmas present. Since I didn't get any from anyone. I did get a nice card, though. That was nice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, dude. Obviously she's a total fucking shill, this chick. They pretend to it's so pathetic. But at the same time, in order to not look like a shill, she has to come out and expose things and pretend and all of that. And again, I don't know. I know it doesn't look good. She's on TV. I know I've seen her on network TV, so she's automatically a shill to me. Anybody who has ever been on network television, news, TV, whatever, I don't give a shit. You're an actor, you're automatically on the team. I don't listen to a fucking word that comes out of your fucking mouth unless I've watched you say things for years and I like what you say every time. And I understand that is you talking and you have good behavior and your actions are based on love, not hate. See, you can tell when somebody's actions are based on love or if are their actions based on hate. Is their behavior based on love or is it based in hate? You have to look at the intention of these people. Everybody, everywhere, always look at what's their intention. Is it based on love or is it based on hate? Because everything Israel does is based on hate, murdering babies for what other Palestinians did. That's not love. Love says, I understand you're a baby and you did nothing wrong and you would never do nothing wrong. It's the Palestinian bad guy that did it at the time. Even though it's really Israel that made them do it. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Self-defense is not a bad thing. You have to defend yourself. They're just defending themselves. So anyway, the point is, thank you. Another perspective so they know who I'm talking about, Fiona. although I like saying your name. I hate the fuck out of Whitney's vocal fry. Vocal what? Yeah. I don't really listen to her much. I just happened to see this video about, it's just about what they talk about. And she was saying things that, like, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know Epstein went to the fucking White House 17 times between 1993 and 1995. I didn't know that. That's damning as fuck, man. That verifies everything I've said. Everything, dude. Everything I've said is never, man, I have never gotten one thing wrong, dude, except in the beginning when with the tree trunks and shit. That tree stump shit got me. Hey, that Titan shit got me too, right? The tree stump and Titan shit got me good. But, hey, I recovered quickly. You know what I mean? I jumped right back on that horse and got around the obstacle. Never to be seen again, that obstacle, so to speak. If you will. Ripped, sculpted, shredded, carved. We still got some stragglers here. See? But boy, is it starting to suck in under the neck, like I said. I told you. It's starting to pull in under the neck. Now the creases here would be great, but they won't heal until up here under here is uncrystallized. This right here is under my nose is crystallized. Right here. The back of my head. And behind my nose, it's all crystallized as shit for now. But it's breaking down. It's dematerializing. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Oh, she trying to be authoritative. I don't like in a free world, there are no authorities. That's why you call it free world. There's no authorities. In a world where people are just overtly saying, oh, the authorities today, when you say that, you're mentally ill. There are you're not understanding in a free world, there are no authorities. But when you say that, you're admitting that you're a slave. You're admitting that you're not free. You're admitting that you have an authority over you and you're the ultimate king of your land, of your own self. Someone else can tell you what to do and force you to obey them. If you don't obey them, they can punish you. See, that's not freedom. That's fucking ignorant slavery. That's ignorant slavery. Play part. I don't know this guy. I never seen him before, but he does. He's another guy pissed off about this bullshit with the sending money to Israel shit, the weapons and shit. There might be a setting I have to fucking hit here to get this thing to automatically do it. I'm not sure why. It's all acting like a pedophile. Automatically add presented media to stage. Suck on that, you fucking prick. That should automatically do that. I don't understand. Oh, what are you going to do? Put it on deck? I don't get it. I guess they'd like to put it all on deck. I didn't think of that. That is gay as shit. God, that's so annoying, huh? All right, let's go.
Guys, welcome to Black Scout Survival Late Night Live. Do you guys mind if I do a little bit of ranting today? Let's go. So, America first should mean America first. Make America great again should mean make America great again. Not later, not after everyone else, not when there's money left over. And yet, day after day, man, week after week, and month after month, I watch other countries get massive help, massive protection, massive funding, while Americans are told to celebrate crumbs, a few deportations, a couple work site raids, some landscapers, some roofers gone.
Like for him, that's doing something for him. That's crazy, right? That's not doing anything for anybody. That does nothing for anybody. That's actually evil, what they're doing.
That's not making America great again. That's what you call optics. It does.
Telling people where they're allowed to live in a world, and the world is evil. It's not a free world. Nobody should have the ability to tell anybody where they're allowed to go, and anywhere in the world. Like, see, that's what they don't. I don't know why they can't get past that elephant in the room. In a free world, nobody can tell you that you're not allowed to go somewhere, man. Like, that's common sense, man. It's obvious. But you have strangers telling you where you're allowed to go here, and they're going to kidnap you and take you away to other countries and torture you. Literally, that's what the United States government got caught, is taking away these innocent people that have worked for 20 years mowing lawns, and they're taking them to other countries and having them tortured. Look it up. Prove me wrong. They had a 60-minute show canceled on it and shit.
It doesn't fix the deep state. It doesn't fix corruption.
Trump pedophile intelligence agencies, the intelligence agencies, had the show canceled.
It doesn't fix
They
debt.
canceled the show on 60 Minutes because they own it. They run it. The pedophiles that shouldn't be.
It doesn't fix inflation. It doesn't fix housing. And it doesn't fix.
You'll never fix inflation until you arrest the Federal Reserve and hang them, and then take away this fairy tale of creating money out of thin air and devaluing your hard-earned product and labor, hard-earned labor,
Healthcare.
product of your labor and service.
These are what you call surface level wins,
labor and time.
meant to keep people emotionally satisfied while the machinery keeps running. And I see past it. I see past the memes. I see past the firework rallies, because while you're distracted with symbolic victories, billions of your dollars are being shipped out the door again and again and again and again. Now, what happened today? The U.S. government awarded $8.6 billion for advanced fighter jets for our favorite $1 billion. What happened today? The U.S. government awarded $8.6 billion.
$8.6 billion. Just another fucking. I remember back in the day, the good old days, when the national debt was only like a couple billion. Remember that? Y'all don't remember when the national debt was just a few $billion? No. Oh, it's 37 trillion now. Where's the money? Why didn't I get any money? Out of $37 trillion, I didn't get one fucking. I still got to buy a driver's license. What are you doing, people?
For advanced fighter jets for our favorite ally, the Chosen. Okay.
No. Israel is our worst enemy. I don't look. If you call a country that is committing murder and genocide and pedophilia your friend in any way, shape, or form, in fact, if you don't stop them from doing that negative, harmful shit, you're the pedophile, child murdering psychopaths. Here, for having friends that do it and promoting them and supporting them so they can do this bad behavior even more. This behavior of causing harm, you're promoting it and supporting it. You would never do that without manipulation.
I'm sure you guys saw it. Some of you were upset about it. And I've seen a lot of people complain about it. Some people sending me some stuff. But I'm trying to get these images up here real quick. Not that one. There we go. Our good friend here, BB, made his rounds.
Look at these fucking pedophiles. They should be so fucking dead. and they're just running around, running the world when they should be hanging from a rope for child murder. Child murder. They should be dead for murdering a bunch of innocent civilians. We're talking thousands and thousands of innocent civilians murdered by these two fucking faggots, by these two fucking pedophile motherfuckers. Look at them running around like twins with the same color tie and suit. What kind of pedophile shit am I looking at here? Where two fucking flaming murderers are running around barking orders at the world. You motherfucking cowards here are the pussy faggiest. You're the faggiest motherfucking pussy faggot cowards I've ever seen. I've never seen fairies like this in my life. What has become of you? You've been You've become domesticated fairies.
He's got a lot of your taxpayer money. A lot of it. Okay. $8.6 billion to be exact for advanced fighter jets.
Not to mention the fucking billions and billions, almost probably trillions by now, given to fucking pedophile Israel in the past.
Okay. No vote, no consent, no debate.
You hear that? You hear that? No debating, no. Didn't even ask you to put some more debt in your name. All this debt is in your name. You have to pay it back, you dumb fucking retards. Your kids have to pay it back. Their kids have to pay it back. You just signed a debt. That $8 billion is free and clear to Israel. You didn't get any of it, but your children have to pay it back. You're too dumb to understand it. You're too dumb to understand this.
Just an announcement. And a lot of people say, but that for advanced fighter jets. Okay. No vote, no consent, no debate, just an announcement.
Here,
and a lot of people say, but we
just an announcement. All you get is an announcement. Here, we're fucking you in your ass right now. Just gonna let you know ahead of time, so you know I'm coming in.
We got to do it.
Don't want to goose you and surprise you too badly.
We gotta protect them. Right?
Coming in.
The Bible says so.
In.
That's not true, by the way. Go watch my deep dive on that. But anyway, so we gotta protect them. Right? The Bible says so. That's not true, by the way. Go watch my deep dive on that. But anyway, we just got the announcement. The money,
I'm sure he's a fucking Bible-tired retard,
moves through foreign military financing, non-repayable grants. So translation, what that means is you pay, somebody else gets the hardware. Okay.
Hear that? Did you hear that? Are you fucking paying attention, chumps? Hey, are all you suckers out there, all you marks out there, are you understanding your station in the world? Understand where you are. You are the mark. You're the dumb chump. You're the sucker. Just understand your station in the world, dummies. You fucking retards in the American public. You're the mark. That's your station. You're the chump. You're the sucker. That's your station.
Okay. I'm sure they're happy about it. That's not what you call aid. That is taxpayer-funded weapons purchasing routed through foreign government. Boeing gets paid. Subcontractors get paid. Lobbyists get paid. Politicians get photo ops.
How can bribery be fucking legal? How are you going to compete with a corporation or a fucking foreign country and be able to give money, unlimited money to politicians to get your agendas and laws to go through that violate and harm other people? How is this possible? How do you live in a world so mentally ill, people? Like, how are you this dumb, man? Like, really? No, I'm asking. I want to know. Like, what's wrong with you? Is it the fluoride in the fucking water? Is it the chemtrails? Is it the GMO in the food? I mean, I know they're coming at us. I know they're coming at you.
Ops and through backdoor deals by campaign money, they get paid as well. You get the bill. Thank you. This isn't foreign policy. It's what you call a business model. It's been happening since the beginning of time, right?
That's true. I told you government calls itself a corporation. the R&D, all these Republicans, that's a corporation. The Democrats, that's a corporation. Everything, it's all business. Trump right now is the CEO of the corporation right now. They're acting like a corporation instead of a government. It's all mental illness. It shows a complete mental illness.
And this is the part that matters, because Republicans and Democrats can't agree on borders. They can't agree on health care. They can't agree on inflation.
They're never supposed to. They're not allowed to, because if they do, then, it'll threaten the existence of government.
They cannot agree on anything that directly helps you or I. They can't.
They cannot. And you'll notice that every action is based on hate and fear. None of the actions by government is ever based in love. You'll never see any actions or behaviors by the government based in love. Notice that. That's the problem. That's the problem. You people are deceived, and you think that the government's there to help you, man. Something's wrong with you. The fact that there's something wrong with you, it's a problem for us, where we can see it and you can't. It's a fucking problem. You're a problem, people.
But when it comes time to fund foreign militaries, our favorite ally, suddenly unity. That's not the ideology. That's money. There is no red and blue. They've made you believe that there's red.
It's a uni party. The right wing and the left wing are on the same bird. They're two different sides of the same coin. It's duality here. I explained it to you. Positive, negative. North pole, south pole. Masculine, feminine. Up, down, left, right, in, out. Soft, hard, rough, smooth. One cannot exist without the other to contrast it, to identify it into being. There can be no good without bad to contrast it and understand what good is.
Red and blue, there's only green.
But you'll see green. You're seeing green here as far as money.
And when the same AIPAC lobby funds both sides of the aisle, outcomes stop being political and start.
There you go, boo-boo cuckoos. I can't believe he's fucking hitting this. I can't believe he's getting this right.
Being transactional. That's why the amounts never go down. That's why the commitments get longer. That's why the accountability disappears. Now, we're reaching the end of the aid package 2020.
And there you go again. We. What do you mean we? Do you have a mouse in your pocket?
7 for our favorite ally.
Because they're not my favorite
He
ally.
came today to basically try to get a 20-year agreement. And this is how
To me, somebody who murders children and they're a pedophile, I'm not friends with them in any way. In fact, I want to kill them. They're not an ally. Okay, let's get that straight.
he starts off the proposal.
President Trump, could you tell him what I think you're going to tell him?
What?
Go ahead.
Yes, dear President Donald Trump, it's my great and distinct honor to inform you that the Israeli Price Committee, following Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's recommendation.
All right, enough of this pedophile shit. Gotta hate these people. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Huh? Oh yeah. Looking pretty cut. Shredded, ripped, carved, sculpted. We're getting there, man. It takes time. Good things come to those who wait, though. As you'll see in my face. Good things come to those who wait. I've been patient a long fucking time, man. But, yeah. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Good. What's next? Okay. Okay. Hold on. We got another one coming. Relax. All right. I'm not going to play all these, so I'm trying not to bore anybody. Your computer keeps freezing. I'm sorry about that. It is cold out. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. Okay. It's showing it.
Everybody's saying that the Epstein file redactions are very clearly protecting the perpetrator, but I need you guys to understand how blatant it is. I'm going to show you an example, and I want you to keep in mind how many times you can tell that the reference is to multiple people, because the girl will have said then they did this, and they did. But
I like how she thinks.
the only part that's not redacted is Epstein's name. This particular victim is sending an email to someone saying, sorry, this took so long. Please let me know if you need anything else. And there's a preliminary questionnaire to see if she's actually a victim of Epstein. I was born into sex trafficking. I was trafficked beginning at my earliest memory. I do not remember a time that I was not trafficked for sex. According to birth certificate from blank, my biological parents, I do not recognize them as parents, blank and blank, began to sell me for sex in the town of blank. There were many men that were brought to their home to have sex with me. I was taken to many states in the US to sell me. I was forced by threat by blank, comma, and Jeffrey Epstein of being killed, bodily harm, and threats of harming other children if I did not have sex with them and any other people they sold me to. Sold. Remember that word, sold.
Hold on.
The rape and
hold on. When we hear, hold on.
recognize them as parents, blank and blank, became a victim of Epstein. I was born into sex trafficking. I was trafficked beginning at my earliest memory. I do not remember a time that I was not trafficked for sex. According to birth certificate from blank, my biological parents, I do not recognize them as parents, blank.
From blank and blank, protected.
And blank, began to sell me for sex in
3 people protected. 3 pedophiles protected by the pedophile government. Blanked out. 3 pedophiles protected. She's saying she was sex trafficked by 3 different people. Listen to me. Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell are 2 people. 2 people don't make up a sex trafficking ring. You dumb fucking retards. 2 people is not what you call a sex trafficking ring, because it takes a network of hundreds, if not thousands, of people to make up a network of sex trafficking. You stupid fucking retards. So you have these sex traffickers, the intelligence agencies, that are busted. They got caught. They're the ones that run the sex trafficking. And what are they going to do? Say, hey, we're the sex traffickers, blank, agent blank, agent blank, agent blank. I mean, what are you think they're going to expose themselves? Do you think they're going to expose their friends that they're extorting? Blank. They're protecting all these people. Every time you hear a blank, these people are being protected by the pedophiles in government, by the pedophile intelligence agencies are protecting these people. Every time you hear that, you think being protected by intelligence agencies. When you hear blank, they're being protected by the pedophile intelligence agencies.
the town of blank. There were many men that were brought to their home to have sex with me.
Many men, not Epstein. This has nothing to do with Epstein again. And Ghislaine Maxwell is not a man.
Was taken to many states in the US to sell.
Many states, many men. Not Epstein. Where are the men at? Where are they? Oh, they're all FBI agents? CIA, Mossad? Huh? Is that the problem? Huh? It's too easy. That shit's too fucking easy. You're fucking stupid.
Tell me I was forced by threat by blank, comma, and Jeffrey Epstein of being killed, bodily harm, and threats of harming other children if I did not have sex with them and any other people they sold me to. Sold. Remember that word, sold.
People
The
they
rape
sold me to. So it's not. So who did Epstein sell them to? Where are they? Where are they? Hello, FBI fucking coward fucking retard agent. No, there's no evidence of any sex trafficking. Cash Patel. No, there's no evidence of any sex. Meanwhile, listen to the evidence. What a liar. How is that fucking pedophile FBI agent fucking treasonous liar what is it? What do you call it? Perjure. How is that fucking perjure walking around? They're not even punishing their own kind.
And sex trafficking with Jeffrey Epstein.
For lying. They're not even punishing their own kind for blatantly lying to themselves. They don't even, it's insane, dude. They're so busted. But they look like fucking ass clowns, dude. This group of retards in government, they're asses. They're complete making fools of themselves. It's like a bunch of blundering, befuddled idiots.
Epstein happened year blank. I was about blank years old at the time. Why would the names of any of these people or locations be redacted? Location alone is not going to identify the victim.
It's insane. It's obvious they're a bunch of pedophiles, and it's obvious that the intelligence agencies are a bunch of pedophiles. They're the pedophiles that shouldn't be. They're the powers that shouldn't be. The intelligence agencies, the pedophiles. They're the pedophiles.
The redaction is not long enough for it to be first and last name of the parents, so that wouldn't identify the victim. Anyway, at the time, I was taken to an underground location. I was blindfolded, so I would not know exactly where I was at. It was dark, and when we went through doors, we went downstairs. There was also an elevator in the location. I was kept in a stall. It looked like a horse stall that had short walls on the sides so you could see inside. It wasn't really to keep me and the other little girls inside. It was to make it where we could be viewed. Epstein would walk past each girl. It wasn't a horse stall that had short walls on the sides so you could see inside. It wasn't really to keep me and the other little girls inside. It was to make it where we could be viewed. Epstein would walk past each girl and
viewed, sold like a piece of meat on the market,
including myself, with a lot of men following him, and they would judge us. He told me I was fat and ugly, so that's what he called me. Redacted. And he said I had to pretend it was him to see if I performed well. What do you think that says? Was she to do an act with another man? And maybe Epstein said I had to pretend it was him to see if I performed well. Why is that redacted? He said if I performed well, I could be his girlfriend. Then I would be allowed to be upstairs, he called it. He said
I could go upstairs and be with the other girls and not be treated down here in the dungeon and punished.
The girls upstairs were pretty and they were his girlfriends. He then raped me and said I was evil because I liked it. I couldn't make my body stop feeling. So he said I had to go to the holding place to pray hard enough to be able to be upstairs with the other girls. There were a lot of pictures of girls naked all over the walls. Now we know it's true. If you had
this dude Epstein has naked girls all over his walls, by the way. Girls naked on his walls.
Any doubt, because unless you've been inside of his house,
if you have any doubt, check it out.
You don't know about walls upstairs with the other girls. There were a lot of pictures of girls naked all over the walls. Now we know it's true. If you had any doubt, because unless you've been inside of his house, you don't know about the pictures of all the naked girls on the wall. Weird thing to guess at. I had to pray hard to be like them, he said. The girls that he said performed well enough went with the line of all the men and they left. Redacted. Why? In Virgin Islands, I was redacted. They stopped there. I was 17 years old. Redacted was blindfolded and taken to an underground location. It had steps that went down. I was raped by Jeffrey Epstein. There were other men that raped me. I was kept.
Where are their names, FBI, Mossad, CIA? You pedophile pieces of shit. Where are their fucking names, you fucking pedophile protectors? You pedophiles, you're the pedophile runners. You're the pedophiles that shouldn't be. All of you intelligence agencies are the sex traffickers, the drug dealers, the warmongers. You all have to die. Your souls are mine. I'm going to torture your souls for all eternity. You better understand this doesn't stop in the physical. I'm going to fuck you in the spirit world. You understand? You don't get away just because you're not in a physical body anymore. You understand? You're mine.
In a stall so that men could look at me. He said I was an animal and that he was perfect. If I had sex with him, that I wouldn't be such an animal. Redacted. Trump was there too. Would probably fit there. I don't know. A guess. Just a guess. He said I wanted to be raped because I wanted to be more like him. I feel like that has to do with Trump. Because in another place, she says that he said that he was perfect and that I wanted to be raped because I wanted to be more like him. Who uses that kind of hyperbole? I'm perfect. I'm the best. I'm the best. And if you let me rape you, then you'll be the best too. Everybody wants to be raped by me. That kind of thing. Anyway, I don't know. That's just my opinion.
This is
State your date of birth, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, those are going to be.
I just can't believe these people are doing this shit to these poor girls like this, like talking to them like this. This is, I mean, I can't hear this shit, dude. This is so evil. This is so fucking evil.
Redacted. When you were trafficked, did you or any trafficker receive benefit compensation for your services? Why is that redacted? If you refused to have sex with men, did your traffickers physically or psychologically harm you? That's a big old paragraph. Why is that redacted? Have you seen a counselor or social worker? Where and when? Redacted. How long ago were you trafficked? Redacted. At what point were you rescued? At what age? Redacted. Were the police notified? By whom? When? Is there a police report? That sure seems to me like a fucking yes, because no would have just been fucking no.
2 letters.
Redacted though. Why?
Because that's a 3-letter block and not a 2-letter block.
Have your traffickers been arrested and prosecuted? Looks like a no, but it's redacted. Are there others? Why is that redacted? Are there others known to you still being trafficked by him or others? Redacted. Name of traffickers and descriptions. Jeffrey Epstein is in his 60s. And then their names, someone's names, I don't know what.
All protected by the pedophiles that shouldn't be. All protected by the intelligence agencies that are the sex traffickers. That's right. All of your noble and heroes in the CIA and FBI and Mossad, all your heroes, they're straight up criminal, evil psychopaths that got there because they lied better than the other candidates. They cheated better. They were more deceptive. They worked their way to the top by being an animal, a savage, man. And that's who runs the world. Way to go. Way to go.
They look like now. Specific to Mr. Epstein, when, how, and where did you meet him? Did he have other men or women with him, and were you forced to have sex with him and the others? I was brought to him by my traffickers blank. He then trafficked me for sex with the men he had with him.
By my traffickers! And did she say I was brought here by Epstein? Or Ghislaine Maxwell? No. Because a sex ring, trafficking ring, can't be 2 people.
What type of sexual intercourse did Mr. Epstein have with you? How often? Was he physically violent? Did he attempt to photograph or video the sex?
See, Epstein is what you would call like a pimp. He was the pimp of the ones that he said. You clearly see a relationship of he's the pimp of the sex trafficked girls. Right? He trains them for them, gets them. It's obvious. He's the pimp of the sex trafficking. And Ghislaine as well. They're both the pimps of the sex they're the on hands, boots on the ground pimps of the sex trafficking girls on the island. And then the intelligence agencies, traffickers network comes in and if it gets the politicians, whichever politicians they want in there, or sold to, or people, or their rich people, friends. It's nuts. You're clearly seeing this picture now.
Sexual activity. I was raped by Jeffrey Epstein multiple times. He was threatening to kill and harm other children if I didn't do what he said. He had video cameras, he said, and if I didn't do what he said, they would see that I caused the other children to get hurt. Then I would be put in jail. That's not redacted. But why was this redacted? Did Mr. Epstein have any physical features? Not that I remember. Did Mr. Epstein call you any certain names or refer to you by name, like sweetie, honey, baby, fat and ugly? He called some of the children that he chose to go places with him his girlfriend. All right, enough about him. Have you been
Such a nice guy, isn't he?
arrested in the US, you fucking criminal? No. Are you employed? Fucking deadbeat victim? There's an answer. That's redacted for some reason. All right, you fucking liar. Are you willing to take a polygraph? Yes. And then immediately after this, there's this like call log with known associate, all redacted. Known associates, all redacted. And then remember when I told you to keep in mind that she used the language sold, I was sold. And then also remember they redacted when she started getting trafficked, the age, but they.
So if Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell sold her, who'd she sell them to? That's the answer you'll never get because of the fucking intelligence agencies. That's why it's like a pedophile criminal going, the cops saying, it's like the pedophile cops going, we'll investigate ourselves.
Did not redact when she was 17 years old. Here's the report from the investigator from Hope for Justice Nashville, summarizing what she said. On blank, investigators received a phone call from blank, who was referred by blank to Hope for Justice. Blank stated she had been sexually trafficked by.
Every time you hear blank, protected by the fucking intelligence agencies, pedophile protectors. Every time you hear blank, think pedophile protectors. The intelligence agencies are pedophile protectors. Every time you hear blank, think pedophile protector. Every time you hear blank, think pedophile protector. Intelligence agencies are pedophile protectors. They're pedophile protectors. Intelligence agencies are pedophile protectors. The intelligence agencies are the pedophile protectors.
By blank when she was approximately 5 years old, not redacted this time. And again when she was 17. Blank wanted to know if her allegation could be investigated. Blank was if you're lying, you don't
because who blacked them out? The intelligence agencies. They don't want you to see that they're doing this shit. You people are fucking dumb for not seeing. You're the fact that you don't immediately arrest everybody in every intelligence agency in the world right now and execute them in broad daylight in public. The fact that you don't do that right now proves you are mentally retarded.
Contact someone and say, hey, can you look into this and make sure I'm telling the truth? It's more like, this happened. Here are the details I remember. If you look under his fucking house, you might find a stable. Anyway, that's important for a reason. Blah, blah, blah. She provided blah, blah, blah. Blank stated that she has blank, 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 recalled being forced to live under the house in a crawl space. And at times blank were made to live there as well. She stated at around the age of 5 to 6 years old, blank, she was taken to Florida where blank trafficked
pedophile protectors. Think blank, pedophile protectors.
Her to blank, perpetrator and perpetrator, redacted. She recalled there was a number of young kids there and would
you hear redacted, you just think that the intelligence agencies are pedophile protectors. Every redaction, every blank, think pedophile protector. Think pedophile protector, pedophile protectors.
Recognize the area if
every redaction is protecting a pedophile. Every redaction is protecting a pedophile. The FBI is protecting a pedophile. Every redaction the FBI made in this, it's protecting a pedophile.
Seen again, blank, 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 further.
So you got pedophiles protecting pedophiles. What else is new? What else is new? Hey!
Stated she was 17 years old, blank, 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 to the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Hey, I get no respect. Hey,
where she was, quote, sold again. We don't
Sold
really believe
again.
her. What is
sold again and again. To who? Did Epstein keep selling them to her? Put a new name on his dick and sell it to them too and call him somebody else? Shut up!
what do you mean by sold? She's inviting us to verify the information she's provided us. But like, was she sold by whomever is in this very long redaction? That's a very long redaction. It doesn't just say Jeffrey Epstein. It doesn't say her parents and Jeffrey Epstein. And by the way, when they refer to her parents by just parents, it's not fucking redacted. Notice right there, parents. So perpetrators, redacted. During this encounter with blank, recalled being taken downstairs to a room that looked like a horse stall. And by the way, that looks too short for Epstein. And why would Epstein be redacted? Epstein's name wouldn't be redacted.
Why would
It's somebody else. It's also too short.
Why would Epstein's name be redacted if they're trying to pin it on him? Stupid shits.
For Maxwell. Maybe it's not, I don't know. Anyway, recalled being taken downstairs to a room that looked like a horse stall that had short walls where she and the other little girls could be viewed and forced to have sex with blank and other men. Why would they be redacting Epstein's name? She recalled one man in his 30s with brown hair.
Justice.gov. God damn, it's their own.
Wheelchair bound, who gave instructions to the other men as to what they should do to the girl. Blank, and berated by blank perpetrators. Perpetrator, and berated by perpetrator. Calling her an animal and his having sex with him would make her status better because he was perfect. Who talks like that? You know who talks like that. This administration is blatantly and explicitly running cover for pedophiles.
God damn, she's right. Say that again.
Who talks like her status better is blatantly and perfect. Who talks like that? You know who talks like that. This administration is blatantly and explicitly running cover for pedophiles. Who talks like that? This administration is blatantly and explicitly running cover for pedophiles. Who talks like that? This administration is blatantly and explicitly running cover for pedophiles.
There you go. Just in case you were wondering. Yeah, that's fucking, isn't that frustrating? That, run by a bunch of intelligence agent. I don't know if my hair is going to behave or not. I probably have to throw this back on. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my hair. I don't know what's wrong with my. It'd be nice if I could shampoo it. It'd be fucking great. But what are you going to do? It is looking like shit, man. Thank goodness for Fiona buying me this fucking hat so I can cover my head. My nasty. I'm having a bad hair day. A real bad hair day. It's crazy. There's nothing I can do apart from going out into the cold stream and trying to wash my hair in 20 degrees, or it's up to 40 now. 43 degrees, boy. Let me tell you, that is way better than 20 degrees. Man, 20 degrees sucks, man. Dude, it sucks to wake up and have to get up around the bed here and it's 20 degrees out. You know how hard that is to take a leak at night? That's my life. Because I can't afford to run them at night. When I wake up in the morning, I got to turn the heater on, which I'm low on propane, and just use it in the morning when I wake up to try to get the place fucking heated up, because I just can't run it at night. I can't afford it. A bad hair day. Yeah, it's rough. So if you could please donate, please help a brother out, man. Like, if you could donate, please go to the channel where it says Meltology Professor. Go to that channel and then hit more and donate at those links. The links are there. I don't know why they don't put them below the video. I try. But you got to go to the channel, Meltology Professor, the channel, and hit more. It's more. And the links will show up, PayPal and Patreon. So, I don't know. You got to donate that way. That's all I got, man. That's that's, I mean, I'm really need propane, gas, and food, and I'm starving over here. I got no fucking food. I'm so sick of fucking eggs, man. I mean, I can't even look at a fucking egg right now, man. Because that's all I've been eating, because they're cheap. And I can't even hardly look at an egg. anymore. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, I'm about to show an example of the complete Democratic corporation party shills that you'll see on TV and then they're on YouTube, but they do go at each other pretty good. So I'm going to show this. I'm going to allow this, even though they want to roll over you with their party. But they make some really good points here about Trump. And I like anybody that bashes Trump. So it's your enemy. The enemy of my friends is my friend. No, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. How does that go? I'm too dumb to figure it out. Just kidding. All right. Dude, they just start telling it like it is when it comes to Trump. Let's see here.
Collapse of everything that two men that should be in prison met up yesterday.
There we go. This is what I'm talking about. Finally, somebody who understands that Netanyahu and Trump should be executed immediately, at least in prison.
Yesterday in Washington, D.C. Two men that should be in prison met up yesterday in Washington, D.C. And I'm talking about Benjamin Netanyahu, who is an absolute war criminal, whose country has killed over 200
total fucking criminal.
50 journalists,
murdered 250 innocent civilians just trying to when you record with a fucking camera, what do you call it? To fucking make videos. Murdered for just trying to make videos of the fucking what's going on.
Whose country has targeted execution style innocent children, shot in the chest or in the head,
targeting with snipers different body parts of babies. This is who we're talking about.
Who has style innocent children shot in the chest or in the head, whose desire is to ethnically cleanse an entire region. A man, Benjamin Netanyahu, who funded Hamas, yet goes out and propagandizes anyone who dares speak against his war crimes, his crimes against humanity, his crimes against children, his crimes against the free press. He did all of this so he could stay in power.
God, dude, they're killing it.
And he weaponizes anti-Semitism. If you even criticize him, he uses anti-Semitism as a means to go into universities in the United States of America and pull their funding for standing up for innocent kids and civilians that are being slaughtered. So it makes perfect sense that he goes and meets with just an incompetent piece of shit war criminal himself, who should also be in prison, Hanks, Donald Trump, leader of the unfree world. And so here is Hanks talking yesterday, calling himself a wartime president. Play the clip.
It's meant from the heart. Thank you. You know, as I said outside, he's been a wartime prime minister, and we were, well, look, I guess I could say I was a wartime president in more places than just
stop
Israel.
right there.
Think about
There, he said he guesses he's a wartime president. Here he is on a hot mic at lunch with a bunch of incompetent, unqualified sycophants and cosplayers meeting with a war criminal that likes to execute little kids and journalists. Here he is talking about how upset he is that he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize. And remember, in the clip you just saw, he called himself a wartime president. Play the clip.
But to both of them, I said, we're going to cut you off. No more trade. Then I put 200% tariffs on. The next day they called. We looked. 35 years of fighting, and they
think about it. This guy, Netanyahu, think about it. This dude literally murders children on 4K live TV, and your so-called president is over here like he's your best friend. He's best friends with a child murderer. Do you understand? He's best friends and confiding with and talking about love and from the heart and all this shit from a child murderer that wants to genocide the Palestinians and literally behaves. Every action is based in hate and not love by this guilty of child murderer, Netanyahu. And this asshole is over there fucking cuddling up to his Netanyahu's cock. Get off the man's cock, Trump! Get off the man's cock! Get off the man's cock!
They stopped. Do I get credit for it? No. They gave me, I did 8 of them. India, how about India and Pakistan? And then, so I did 8 of them. And then I'll tell you the rest of it. How are you doing? Okay? You gonna all be outside, the beautiful sun?
Okay. All right. So there he is talking about the Nobel Peace Prize. Like, this is the shit. This man is such a titty baby. Like, he just, in one sentence, I'm a wartime president. The next sentence, I can't believe I didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize on a hot mic. And he realizes that they're listening. And of course, Benjamin Netanyahu just sits there and glazes the shit out of him. Both of those men are absolutely disgusting. Absolutely going to go down in the history books as total Hitler-esque style leaders.
It's pathetic.
Yes!
Donald Trump is fucking pathetic.
Yes!
Crying around about the Nobel Peace Prize, these 8 wars. Don't you know that Benjamin Netanyahu and Vladimir Putin, separately or maybe even together, think this guy is the biggest dipshit. He is the easiest person on the planet to manipulate. The United States has never eaten out of the palm of our hands like they are right now, because this.
Well, they have Israel.
Well, right. But the thing is, this guy, if I'm Benjamin Netanyahu or Vladimir Putin, I'm laughing my ass off at him, making fun of him nonstop because he's so pathetic. It's embarrassing. And Jared Kushner at the end of the table is fucking gross.
Well, and the thing, of course, you know, with Putin, this is a complete aberration of American foreign policy. With Israel, this is a continuation of American foreign policy. And so that distinction is very important. But what's happening in the United States right now is the electorate is ceasing to be propagandized by Israel any longer, because what they've seen with their own eyes and heard with their own ears of the genocide in Gaza, and then the reporting about the killing of journalists and the execution of children, and even since the ceasefire, the killing, the blocking of aid, people are starting to really open their eyes up to the pro-Zionist
they're opening their eyes up to everything they do is based on hate of their fellow man, because they, they are living in somewhere where, you know, somebody else says it's theirs. Hey, it's the only thing the Palestinians ever did wrong was to live somewhere where somebody said it's their land.
Foreign policy of the United States of America and how it hasn't behooved us. When you find out that your taxpayer dollars are funding the killings of journalists and execution of children.
It's amazing. It is mind-boggling that these fucking retards aren't executed in public. How dare you do that? We are free people. How dare you murder babies and punish the behavior immediately? How incredible that we live in a world that doesn't immediately execute these people and say, how dare you murder babies, and immediately punish them. No, we don't live in that world. Cowards, domesticated cowards.
And the demolition of residences. And then you find out that Benjamin Netanyahu had money-driven cash and cars across borders to go fund Hamas so that he could stay out of jail. And there's a great awakening in the United States. So what you see with Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu right there is a complete continuation of American foreign policy. The difference is Americans are kind of waking up to it, both non-Jewish Americans and Jewish Americans, particularly the younger generation of Jewish people. And that's why you have people from the Democratic Party like Hillary Clinton going around and lecturing people and saying, these kids are just not educated. And it's like, wait a minute, they're doing continuing education right now. They're actively educating themselves in real time as to what Israel is doing right now. And you're trying to somehow explain to us that, oh, this is okay because of decades before. What Benjamin Netanyahu is doing with American taxpayer funded money is immoral. And it is a war crime. And it is against everything and every ideal that we have been taught that America is supposed to believe in: the free press, the rule of law.
Again, I hate to ask, but can you please donate, folks? I mean, I don't know why you guys hate me so much and haven't been supporting me lately, but I need your help. Please donate.
Not supposed to engage where you execute kids. What's the purpose of that? Oh, yeah, it's a genocide. So you have people in the Democratic Party and people in the Republican Party that lie.
Which are just corporations, man, of the same corporation. They're like two different subsidiaries underneath the umbrella of the, parent corporation. So.
To the public, but the jig is up. I mean, it's really devastating when you think about American foreign policy before that moment, because that's not super new. And it's devastating how disengaged so much of the American public is, because, like, for me as a person who lived in a red state, I was too concerned with all of the Christian nationalism happening in Oklahoma to even worry about what.
And folks, the fact that they paintbrush the entire country with only two colors is just, it's like, doesn't that tell you how ridiculous the world is? Like, you're going to broad brush the entire country into two categories. It's so fucking rigged and obvious, folks. You got to wake up, folks. You got to fucking wake up. Jesus. Yeah, they made us all so broken, powerless. We can't stand up to these demonic fucks because we're too hobbled, God, I can't think of where's that word at? It's picking at me and I can't say it. Basically injured. Too injured. Too injured. You were too injured. I don't think anybody appreciates me, dude, because I didn't get a single present, dude. It was crazy. I can't believe it, or donation or nothing, bro. Not even for Christmas. I don't get no views. The whole world hates me. I get it. I don't give a shit. Fuck it. I get no views. I'm a little censored as well, but I mean, I don't think that would be people like me, that wouldn't be a problem, but they don't. I don't care. I don't get it personally. I like myself. Don, throw me a dono. Where you been, man? It's been a long time. Where you at? Oh, bless your heart. Bless you. I'm super grateful and appreciative for you, Fiona. By the way, that's a pretty name. Yofanula. It sounds like Yofanula. My brother and I used to do that. Where's Melflood at? Where you at, man? Where you at? You doing good? Steve, hey, folks, Steve. We got Steven looking good in a tie. Look at Steve. Steven looking good in a tie. It takes me 45 minutes to get to town. And this dumb thing doesn't have Meltology professor there because it signed me in with a different name by accident. This fucking pedophile Google shit, this CIA shit. God, I hate this fucking goddamn internet shit. It's all a fucking digital prison. Cock fucking suckers. Yeah, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I still owe $500 for taxes and shit. One more year not paid, and they take the house. So you better get the donos coming in, or I'll be doing live streams from the Suburban again in the woods. Or I probably won't even be doing live. No, I don't know how I would. Yeah, you'll never see me again. If you don't donate, you'll never see me again. And it's not by choice, because I want to do these till the day I die. I don't ever want to lose touch with the Phoenix Eye crew or Meltology Club crew, Meltology crew. That sounds good, Meltology crew. Or you could, first rule of Meltology Club is all mountains are melted buildings. And the second rule is do not talk about Meltology Club. Just kidding. First rule of Meltology Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. If somebody yells stop or taps out, the fight is over. Only two fellas do a fight. Only two to a fight at a time, fellas. One fight at a time. And only two fellas do a fight. A hundo? A hundo? Do you know how fast a hundo goes? A hundo? In this world, I literally could buy like let's see, a thing of eggs. You want me to go through? You want me to show you what you get? Because it ain't shit. A hundo ain't shit. No offense, but they've devalued the dollar. Like it's crazy. Like they've inflated the money supply so much that it's so deep. The buying power. You try to buy eggs, and it's $12 for a fucking carton of eggs, a dozen of eggs. I mean, what the fuck? I know it's not that much, but in some places it is. I get it cheaper than that. Shit, I'm trying. Shit, I might even have to fucking raise some fucking chickens here to get free eggs. Don't need no rooster for that. We just eat the eggs. None of that rooster noise. Unless you want to breed them and eat chicken, but I'll just eat eggs. Not deal with that rooster noise. All right, I found another guy talking about how fucked up we're getting. I got another channel talking about how we're getting fucked in the ass with no Vaseline again. So we got some more people waking up. More people waking up.
All right, this video, I want to talk about something that means a lot to me, and one of the core values of Edison Motors is we're in an investment raise right now, and I want to make sure that no investor comes in here that does not believe in the values I believe with. That starts with right to repair, planned obsolescence, and let's talk about the shitification that's happening to the automobile manufacturing industry. The other day, and believe it, to start with, I saw a news article from The Drive the other day, and believe it or not, you're not allowed to change your own brake shoes anymore, at least not without paying a monthly subscription. So if you want to buy a car and you want to change one of your brake pads, a brake pad, a simple thing that wears down like a tire, you use it, you wear it down, it's maintenance, you replace it. Sure would love to do my own. Nope. You got to buy a $2,000 to $6,000 computer, and then you need to pay a monthly subscription to have access to the computer to allow you to change your brake pads in your vehicle. So what does that mean? Well, most people aren't going to do that.
That means don't you ever buy a vehicle where the pedophile manufacturer company corporation creates a vehicle where the computer can just shut everything off. You don't ever want to fucking own a vehicle that has a computer that can just shut things off. The only computer you want to have is the one that runs your fuel system. That's the only computer you should ever have in your vehicle. There should never be another computer in it that says, oh, you adjust your fucking windows because the computer said so. That's not the vehicle. You better go back in years and buy an older vehicle. Okay? It's just that easy and ridiculous. You're falling into a death trap to buy a new vehicle. It's a trap. These fucking pedophile corporations. And again, imagine what a corporation is. The CEOs pay themselves millions, and they don't even pay their employees enough to survive. They have to get help from the government to survive because they don't pay them enough, while the CEOs make millions. So imagine that all corporations are just criminals because they give millions to the CEO and don't even pay their employees. Okay, that's criminal. Okay, so you don't be like, oh, well, the corporation's got to make money. Bullshit. They got to pay their employees. A CEO doesn't need millions of dollars compared to everyone else. That's mentally ill. That's called a robbery. That's called a wealth transfer. That's called a wealth transfer. That's called criminal behavior.
Most people don't have $2,000 to $6,000 on top of the already stupid high price of a new car. Just change the brake pads. Means people either aren't going to change their brake pads when they should be, or they've got to go back to a dealer and pay a dealer. They're just trapping you into this monthly subscription bullshit that doesn't need to occur. Sorry about my language in this video. It's going to be a little...
It's not a bad word. It's only a bad word to programmed mentally ill retards to believe that a sound coming out of a mouth is bad.
Spicy. I'm a little bit worked up because this...
They have you convinced that a sound is bad and evil. When you express yourself, it's evil to express yourself. How dare you use a sound, a goddamn particular sound that they don't like. It's just a sound. And they're going to tell you, you can't say a sound. Do you understand the mental illness, the programming in your inherent in your fucking retard culture? Cult? It's a cult?
This is horseshit. Now, to start with, I have seen this in our trucking career, and me and Eric had a trucking company. We had a truck, needed a new turn signal. My turn signal stopped working. Pretty important on a truck. Can't go to work without it. I go to buy a turn signal. They tell me that this turn signal, it's molded into this plastic steering column. So in order to replace that, I needed the one that goes with a molded plastic steering column that custom mold, and it's CAN bus and it plugs in and it works off of that. You need that specific one. Whereas back in the day, do you realize that all of these trucks behind me, this 1962 Kenworth has the exact same turn signal as this 1984 Kenworth, and has the exact same turn signal as this 1998 Kenworth. My 2010 Western Star had that exact same turn signal. That's a common turn signal. It's been in trucks for years. It costs about $40 to $50. They're normally in every Lordco, every little local parts, Napa, distributor, the dealership would have them in stock. They didn't have this custom one for my truck. We had to wait 2 days to get that turn signal in. You add up the $500 turn signal, then you add up the $3,000 a day that we were missing in lost revenue from having that truck down, and that is a $6,500 turn signal that cost us, that I should have bought for $40 and had on the shelf. It's just, this is becoming stupid out there. They are pushing the middle class out of work. Used to be you'd able to buy a truck. Old Blue, that 1969 Kenworth we got back there, I bought that off the original owner in 1969 who bought it. Old Bob Murphy. Bob Murphy bought it, he restored it. Now it may be a bit of a truck of Theseus in that, well, it's on his third motor. I think it's got 4 transmissions, 2 sets of rear ends. So it's been changed out, but he could change it and he could send that truck off to work. He bought it, he ran it until he retired, and then I took it over and was running that truck since then. But that's what you used to be able to do. You used to be able to buy a vehicle and hold on to that vehicle and then get ahead. Now, as an owner operator, say you buy a truck, you go it the first 4 or 5 years, that truck has a payment, you pay that truck off, you've still got a good truck for another 4 or 5 years, another 10 years even. Well, now you can afford to buy a second truck. You can grow your business, you can grow your company. You don't want to grow when you're a single one-off owner operator. Well, now you got a little bit that you can save away for a rainy day fund. You used to see the same thing in agriculture. Guess what? There's no farmers out there that have rainy day funds anymore. Ask how many farmers you know that have rainy day funds, because the equipment is getting so goddamn expensive that you've got to go to a bank, you've got to get it financed, you got to keep it. The equipment's going to lock itself down. You need to pay the dealership, and we're losing all the small town farmers. The truckers that bring us the stuff we need, the farmers that bring us the food we eat, we're losing that middle class. And think about it this way too. Why does it mean so much? Right now, we are producing more than we ever have in human history. Our levels of production, we've got computers, we got robots, we got AI, we got stuff that our grandparents never dreamed of having.
Okay, enough. God. Oh, where'd I put those fucking glasses? Where's Tom? Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry. Oops. This is what I'm talking about. Some people are starting to wake up, man, and I've never seen anything like it. When you got fucking Hickok 45 over here to waking up, dude, it's going to be a good world if we can get Hickok to wake up. Check this shit out. Check out Hickok 45 over here.
And these unbelievable ideas. So many of these conspiracies and these unbelievable ideas turn out not to be so unbelievable. And so you just never know. You never know. You like the Las Vegas shooting and all these different things. There's so many things that have not been revealed and mysteries. And there are forces within the powers that be that may not want us to know certain things, you know, and have ways of manipulating, you know, information. Probably, I do sound like I need a tinfoil hat.
No,
and that's what you'd have thought.
No, you're seeing reality for what it is, brother, and they call you. It's a trick they use on you to keep you down. It's like the antiseptic trick. It's like the antiseptic trick, anti-Semite shit. They're not even Semites.
What, right? 7 years ago or something. Now, you have to at least give some attention to crazy ideas, or formerly crazy ideas. Ideas that
Crazy ideas. What they're doing is fucking crazy. You're just pointing out what they're doing, and you're like, that's crazy. Nobody would do that. But you're just pointing it out. And yes, they are doing that. And you realize, yeah, they are doing that. And that shit's crazy. It wasn't the person pointing it out. I mean, come on, man. Y'all got to grow the fuck up mentally. You really got to grow the fuck up mentally. Become more mentally strong or something. Come on, man.
that you used to think were just a little crazy. So many of these conspiracies and these
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that your dad didn't wake up. You know, I had to watch my dad religiously watch the news at 6 every evening. And man, that fucking guy was so nuts, bro. I've seen it, man. I've seen the people get programmed and tricked and live in this fear-based world where the news is a constant psyop to keep you in this constant fear state. And the way they obfuscate their weak mental, you know, with words like authorities and shit like that, they just are so annoying. Okay, next video. Here we go.
So Keir Starmer goes and makes a tweet. I'm delighted that Allah El Fattah is back in the UK and has been reunited with his loved ones who must be feeling profound relief. I want to pay tribute to Allah's family that have worked and campaigned for this moment. Allah's case has been a top priority for my government since we came to office. I'm grateful for President Sisi for his decision to grant the pardon. So this is some comments that this retard has made. This is from Allah. Dear international PhD student, by the way, I'm a racist. I don't like white people, so piss off. I fucking hate white people. A blight on the earth they are. Good thing they are stopping breeding. We need to kill more of them. Don't worry, where we are discussing we will take over your town and rape your women. Us terrorists tend to do that. The brilliant British dogs and monkeys think terrorists will reveal their plans on Twitter. There's one of them doing it right now. I'm telling you that I hate white people. Amazing that they've let this happen. The most treacherous government in history. They are siding with and importing people into your country that want to fucking kill you. And they're celebrating.
This is absolutely insane what the government of the UK has gotten away with to doing to its own people who clearly are weak. These people in the UK are weak people to get destroyed like this. But then again, so is everybody in the US and Australia, New Zealand, Canada,
Celebrating it on Twitter.
South Africa.
Just for context, this isn't a comedian making a funny, edgy tweet when he was a teenager. This is a 44-year-old software developer born in Egypt who was imprisoned for his political activism and who was granted UK citizenship in 2022 while in prison. People across the political spectrum are understandably freaking out, trying to figure out how the government would allow this after those tweets.
But I'll switch to something else. Advocating killing police, hating white people, assassination plot. Well, we got even more of these. So this is the person that the British government is going and congratulating itself for. I'm delighted that this person has arrived in the UK and is with his family. His case has been a top priority for the government. They are importing people into your country that want to kill you. These people
that is fucking crazy, man. Check out the, I don't know the
are evil.
guy very well, but he sounds, on this video, he sounds really good. Asmongold. Okay.
Are evil. Suicidal empathy at its peak. If I said what I wanted to say, I would get banned. So I would just agree with you. So, yes.
That is fucking crazy.
British government is going and congratulating itself for. I'm delighted that this person has arrived in the UK and is with his family. His case has been a top priority for the government. They are importing.
Talking about the dude that just said he wants to fucking kill white people. He hates them. He wants to fucking kill them all and rape your women. And then why are you coming to the fucking UK, bro? If you hate people, why are you going to go and live amongst a bunch of white people? It makes no fucking sense. If you fucking hate white people, why are you going to go to the UK and live with a bunch of fucking white people in their own country where they're from, where they live, where they have a right to be?
People into your country that want to kill you. These people are evil. They are evil. Suicidal empathy.
They're fucking evil. These motherfucking cocksucking rapist murderers they're fucking evil.
At its peak, if I said what I wanted to say, I would get banned. So I would.
Here we go again. Here we got another one, man.
The United States has meddled in the internal affairs of.
Yeah, did I ask for a donation yet? Because I'm so broke. Please help me out, y'all. I know you hate me. You don't want to help me out. I don't know why what I did, but you used to help me. I'm going to ask again. Thanks.
Latin America for many decades. This is nothing new. However, the Donald Trump administration has made Latin America the top priority for U.S. foreign policy. This was made very clear in the national security strategy that was.
So instead of being focused in its own business in its own country and understanding that any foreign country is off limits, every foreign country in the world is off limits to the U.S. government. Your job is to the people of the U.S. government. Every other country in the world is off limits to you. Do you understand that? All you mental ill retard pedophiles in the United States government, you're all, thank you, a bunch of fucking pedophiles in the government, okay?
Was published by the Trump White House in 2025. This document calls to revive the 200.
Again, every one of you retards in the United States government, your job is to this country in the U.S. Every other country in the world is off limits to you. They are not to that fucking, not one goddamn word is to come out of your fucking lips about another country. Not a fucking word about another country should ever come out of your fucking pedophile lips. Okay? Do you understand that, U.S. government? Not a fucking single fucking word from about any other foreign country should ever come out of your pedophile lips. Your only focus ever should be on the American people here, you cocksucking faggots.
100-year-old colonial Monroe Doctrine that essentially declares that Latin America is part of the U.S. empire's so-called sphere of influence.
All this shit where you claim this and that, this is a mental illness, dude. Interfering with people, sovereign people around the world is a mental illness. You all have to die for this now. You got to die for this, Trump. You got to fucking die for this. All you fuckers in government, especially Netanyahu and Trump, got to die for this shit.
More specifically,
when you commit murder, I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. When you commit murder, you got to die for it here. You can't be here. Okay? And we will prove it again and again. We'll kill every one of you. You kill somebody here, we will kill you. We will execute you. It's called punishment. Okay? We're not murdering anyone. We are preventing future deaths. Okay?
it proposes the so-called Trump corollary to the Monroe Doctrine and states that Washington will seek U.S. preeminence in the Western Hemisphere by denying non-hemispheric competitors access to the region.
Hemispheric.
Which is a
It's not even a ball, you stupid mental ill patient.
fancy way of saying China. Also Russia and Iran. But the main goal here is the U.S. wants to expel China from Latin America and force all of the countries in the region to cut their ties with China, treating this region that is
like, who the fuck are these people telling people what to do, man? It's a mental illness, dude. Elephant in the room. You think you can tell other people what to do? You can't. Snap out of it. You don't get to tell anybody what to do in a free world. Snap the fuck out of it, man.
Is independent and sovereign as the U.S. empire's so-called backyard. The national security strategy emphasizes that the U.S. government wants to control all of the important infrastructure in Latin America, and the U.S. wants to control the region's critical minerals and other important natural resources like oil and natural gas in order to create a new supply chain in the Western Hemisphere for U.S. companies that cuts out China.
He's doing, again, you have your government working for the corporations, blatantly working for the monopolized Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street corporations who pay their CEOs millions of dollars and they don't even pay their employees enough to fucking survive. They got to get handouts from the government. Trump is helping the corpses, the pedophiles, the CEO millionaire pedophile fucks. All the CEOs of these corporations are pedophile, thieving, millionaire pieces of shit that get millions of dollars. Not all, but most CEOs get millions of dollars while they don't even pay their employees, who are the fucking boots on the ground that make it happen. They don't even pay them enough to survive. That's who Trump is helping. That's who Trump is. How did you not see who? Didn't you see where Trump, who he grew up from, he came from money? Are you retarded? You think he's your kind? He came from money and you think he's for the people? I mean, are you fucking retarded? When there's a president that doesn't come from a rich family and it's just an average Joe in the street, when I see that, then I might for 1 second believe it's not rigged, just for a second.
Because today, China dominates global supply chains.
Golly, the people are fucking dumb here, man. I mean, you fuckers take the fucking cake for fucking stupidity. I mean, you're basically fucking like literally dog shit on the ground is smarter than you.
So the Trump administration wants to nearshore and friendshore manufacturing in Latin America. And the national security strategy says very clearly that the goal is for the U.S. to be preeminent in the region and for all Latin American countries to see the United States as their so-called partner of first choice. U.S. government officials have proudly dubbed this strategy the Don Roe Doctrine. And the poster boy for the Don Roe Doctrine is Argentina's right-wing president, Javier Milei, who's been one of the closest and most obedient U.S. allies in the region. He has essentially done everything that the U.S. government has asked him to do, which is why the Trump administration has rewarded Milei by giving his government tens of billions of dollars, which is quite ironic because Milei claims to be a libertarian and he calls himself an anarcho-capitalist, but he's being propped up by U.S. government money. The United States...
Yeah, you can take all that anarcho shit, throw that out the window. What a sham. Another scam. What a scam.
Has meddled in the internal affairs of Latin America for many decades. This is nothing new. However, the Donald Trump administration has made Latin America the top priority.
Sorry. Yeah, man. It's, man. Here we go.
Another day, U.S. taxpayers are funneling money over to the Israel project in the Middle East. This was just announced today. The Pentagon has awarded $8.58 billion for Israel's new fighter jets, and Boeing's going to be...
Hey, but you want to feed your kids? You want to give your kids some food? You want some propane heat? You want some gas? Hey, you want some heat? You don't want to freeze? Fuck you. Trump has money for Israel. Not money, man. Fucking high-tech planes to murder children with so he can continue murdering Palestinian babies that had nothing to do with what some crazy lunatics did to Israel.
Boeing is going to be making these jets. So the U.S. Department of Defense awarded Boeing an $8.5 billion contract ceiling today for 25 advanced F-15 fighter jets to Israel, with options for 25 more under the Foreign Military Sales Program. The updated F-15s...
No, your children don't get any food. Israel gets jets, free health care, high-tech jets and weapons to murder babies and to listen, Israel gets money and weapons supplied to it by your pedophile politicians in the United States in order for them to be able to wipe out an entire people in Palestine.
Better avionics, weapons capacity, and a range for threats from Iran and proxies, with production in St. Louis, Missouri. This is set to wrap up by 2035, and it says, and sustain hundreds of jobs, because they really try to sell to Americans that this is somehow beneficial to America, and it's not. Now, if you're wondering, well, Wally, is Israel paying for these fighter jets? No, Israel never pays for
Wally, is Israel paying for these fighter jets?
anything. Is Israel paying for these fighter jets? No, Israel never pays for anything. They try to
Your children, you dummy. You're not listening. Your children have to pay, and their children, because their dollar won't be able to buy anything. Are you listening, dummy? Every time they give somebody else money, including paying themselves, the value of your dollar goes down. You're not listening, people. The money supply gets inflated. It's called inflation.
sell it off to you that Israel is. Now, if you're wondering, well, Wally, is Israel paying for these fighter jets? No, Israel never pays for anything. They try to sell it off to you that Israel is.
Listen, Israel is a welfare state that cannot exist without funding from the United States government. Are you listening? They are a welfare state. All of their funding to their government comes from taxpayers in the U.S. They have no money. They don't have any money. Every bit is funded by the you are funding what is called the Israeli government. The United taxpayer employ and fund everybody in the Israeli government. All of the employees in the Israeli government, the police, the pedophile police, the pedophile military, they're all employed and paid by your money. They're a welfare state. They're another U.S. government. It's just a different colony that you pay for. It's the U.S. government pays for it. It's a colony U.S. government. Israel's like a colony of the U.S. government and the U.K. combined.
Paying for this, but where is this actually coming from? Well, here's a Times of Israel article. Let me go ahead and share my screen here so you guys can see that. This article was posted on November 7th. So this actual deal we've known about now for a bit, but having Boeing winning the contract to produce them is what's new here. Let me go ahead and adjust this. So this is a Times of Israel article, and it says, defense minister signs the $5.28 billion deal to buy the advanced fighter jets. Israel signed the deal on Wednesday to produce a squadron of advanced fighter jets to be financed.
Why? Instead of arresting and executing Yahoo, Net and Pedo, instead of arresting Net and Pedo, you're going to fucking give the guy more to murder children and to wipe out an entire people in Palestine and babies? People that are murdering babies, you're going to give them fucking... Your answer is to give them fighter jets now? You're going to reward a people that murder babies, that wipe out an entire people. You're going to reward that behavior with fighter jets? You have to understand how that sounds to me. You really have to understand how that sounds to me. That's Twilight Zone shit.
By Washington's military aid, the defense ministry announced. So we typically give Israel about $3.3 billion. We've given Israel much, much more money than that since October 7th. But on paper, at minimum,
it's been since 1948, bro. You're not listening. You're not listening. Since 1948, the Israel government existed because of the funding of the U.S. taxpayers and pay all the employees to pay the government of Israel. Come on, man. That's it. Yeah, it's enraging, dude. This is just recent. This is the other day, folks. This is after giving Argentina $40 billion of your money. This is after giving Argentina $40 billion. It's Twilight Zone level shit, man. Hey, I love you too, man. Or probably talking to her. Love all you guys. Appreciate you guys that hang out with me. because evidently the world seems to hate me. I don't give a fuck, and I'm luckily I'm the kind of guy that give a fuck about the world hating me, not liking me. Don't know why. I'm just out here to help. I come to you in love, not hate. In a better world, everybody should be free. You shouldn't be enslaved like a slave, man. And stolen from and raped and killed. Like, I'm against that shit. Hate wants that shit. Love does not want that shit. It's bizarre that I'm so censored, or people just don't want this information. It's bizarre that I don't get any views. It is strange. It's almost strange.
So they're saying by 2026, California should be expected to pay over $8 a gallon for gas. Something's got to change, y'all.
So our property taxes are going up by 40% next year.
I just got our rent renewal for our apartment complex, and it's going up by $300 a month.
2026 is shaping up to be one of the most expensive years we've seen in a long time. And I don't think most people are prepared for what's coming. I really don't. So let's talk about it. This is what people are telling us to expect about the cost of housing, utilities, and transportation in 2026.
Aside from Phoenix and Austin, the cost of renting is going to go up because homeownership costs are way too high with interest rates where they are, insurance costs where they are, property taxes, home maintenance. Every service around a house is like way too expensive. For people to go rent, they're basically getting all that service included in their rent. They don't have to worry about insurance. They don't have to worry about property taxes. They don't have to worry about landscaping costs. But going into 2026, I think for the most part, by then it's going to be guns blazing as far as it comes to rent growth.
I told myself I would never cry on the internet because I think that's so lame. But I just got our rent renewal thing for our apartment complex, and it's going up by $300 a month. $300.
I mean, it ain't going up by $2,000 like most everyone else.
For a 1-bedroom apartment that is not updated in any
That is
sort of
not
way.
cool.
And our complex doesn't even have nice amenities. Like, we have a tiny pool and a tennis court. Like, this is not a luxury apartment complex.
So again, when they inflate the money supply, it takes more dollars to buy stuff now.
Already pay with all the fees and
What do? They have to raise the prices because they need more dollars now to survive. Everybody does, right? So everybody does. Everybody raises prices.
everything.
Not to mention they're all owned by Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. It's a monopoly already decades ago.
Included
They made
$2,000 a month, and now we're going to be paying $2,300 a month for this tiny apartment. And that's just so frustrating. I don't understand how people can live in this world anymore. And I just don't want to move again because that's so much work and more money, and it's stressful trying to find another place, and it's just so annoying. And now I feel like I need to get a new job. And
Meanwhile, all these motherfucking rich fuckers, they can't get enough houses and cars and shit, and fucking the entire fucking population of America is fucking suffering, and these fuckers can't get enough houses. The CEOs can't get enough fucking houses and cars and with superchargers and shit, man, TRXs and Raptors, and they can't get enough of these things.
got this job and I like it, but it's not paying me nearly what I need. And so now I'm gonna have to go through applying to jobs again, which I did for like a whole year plus until I found this job. So I'm gonna have to go through all of that again. It's just not fair.
So our property taxes are going up.
Aw, I am so sorry. It is not fair. It's so true. I'm sorry.
Up by 40% next year based off of the real estate, value assessment next year.
Not fair.
So our property taxes are going up by
40% tax increase. Can somebody just drag everybody out of the government buildings and hang them where they fucking stand, please? Can the robbery stop? When are you fucking placated, domesticated cowards, fairies going to wake up and stand up for your freedom? You're going to allow a bunch of pedophiles to run you over and just almost double your fucking taxes like that, which is theft. All taxation is theft. And then they're going to give all the taxes to Israel anyway, you idiots. Why are you paying taxes? They're going to give it to Argentina, Israel, Ukraine, the military industrial complex, the pharmaceutical industrial complex, the Gestapo prison complex, the Gestapo police complex, the Gestapo. They got money for everybody but you, man. All right, when are you gonna? Hey, listen. Hey, Charlie Brown. When are you gonna wake up, Charlie Brown? When are you gonna wake up, Charlie Brown? Huh?
By 40% next year, based off of the real estate, value.
I'm opening up my fucking heart here, trying to get you people to wake up and stand up for your freedom here, over here.
Assessment. So let me show you where all of that money is. Taxes are going up by 40% next year, based off of the real estate, value assessment. So let me show you where all of that money is going.
So listen to the scam here. Inflation itself is a scam, right? So now with all the inflation, the government's claiming on a house that you haven't even sold yet, they're claiming that the value's gone up because of it's really gone up because of inflation. Your dollar's gone down, the value, right? So now what they want to do is charge you more taxes on your properties now and raise the values of a house that you've never even sold. So it's really not that valuable until you actually get that amount for your house on contract and sold and money in your account. It's not worth that. Okay. Right. Right. This is crazy town and crazy talk. It's all fraud. Government's existence itself is a criminal fraud. You have to understand that. The idea that a grown adult can tell you what to do is fraudulent and criminal. They're telling you that they're your master and you're their slave and you have to obey them or they'll punish you. That's fraud. This gang, this group of pedophiles called government is fraud. They don't have the authority or right to tell anyone what to do. What they have the right to do is fucking goddamn fucking die is what they got the right to do.
And see if you can find out why I have a problem with it. Here's a bar graph of where that money is getting distributed.
Pay attention to indoctrinate your children. At least, again, and you can't believe a single word they say where they put the money. You're putting your faith in a pedophile, criminal, psychopath, sociopath.
So what this means is I am essentially renting my home from the school that I own. I'm renting my home from the school for about $1,000 a month, which again is like a 40% increase. So how this translates is, and just for numbers' sake, if I make $100,000 a year.
Just for numbers' sake, who the fuck put, for God's sake? Like, is that the AI thing did that? There's no, all right.
I need about a 3 to 4% increase in pay just to pay the taxes. And that's before you calculate the increase in inflation.
Look, where's that increase in donos? I'm kidding. Where's that increase in donos? Zero. I get decreased. I get decreases. Because people hate me, man. There's nobody believes in anything that I believes any of it is worth shit. Any of it.
Inflation. So you can see where this adds up quick, and you can see where probably sooner than later, there's going to be a problem with people paying their taxes, tax lien properties, like you name it.
I am so pissed. Not only
that's my girl.
My electric and gas bill has been outrageous here in Staten Island, New York.
Staten Island.
But I just got my water bill. Do you want to guess how much it is? Guess how much it is. I'll tell you. $1,000. That's right. $1,000 for 2 months. I would say that's how much they charge you every 2 months. I know some states don't even get a water bill, but here in New York, you get a damn water bill, electric and gas. And don't forget taxes. It was never $1,000. Even when we filled up our whole pool, it wasn't $1,000. Right. So of course I called her up, but you know they're not going to give in. She says probably from watering your grass or watering your vegetables or flowers. You got to be kidding. I'm not allowed to have vegetables no more or water my grass. This shit got to stop. I tell you right now. Anybody else have a big water bill or gas or electric that live in New York? This is crazy.
Power bills are skyrocketing across America, and AI is partially to blame. According to Wall Street Journal, in New Jersey.
Again, rich criminal pedophiles, corporations, and government. Here they are again. You're gonna get punished for them. You're gonna take the hit for the rich who need no help. You're gonna pay for the rich again and again. You're never gonna get a penny back, but they're gonna steal more and more for them that are already rich and stolen from you.
Jersey, electricity prices jumped 19% in just 1 year, which is more than triple the national average, which is a 6% jump. Massive AI data centers and cloud computing facilities are sucking up record amounts of power, straining local power grids, and driving up prices. Meanwhile, our aging utility infrastructure isn't exactly ready to deliver this mega power capacity required. And keep in mind, in a lot of cases, utility infrastructure upgrade costs are passed along to the ratepayer, aka you and me. For millions of households, higher utility bills are stretching budgets thinner than ever. And this is before the cold weather season. So while AI and tech keep advancing and even encroaching on quiet neighborhoods across the US, everyday Americans.
Right, there we go. Stop right here. Hold on, let me take it quick. I want to talk about this. Let's listen to this again right here.
Our capacity, utility, local power grids, and driving up prices.
Right here.
Meanwhile, our aging utility infrastructure isn't.
Meanwhile, our aging it's not ours. It's not mine. I have to pay an electric company for it. I don't get it. Is not mine in any way. Or is it my responsibility? Because it's their responsibility. They're the ones getting money for electricity. It's not mine. Which should tell everybody right now. This right here is a no-brainer. If you live somewhere where you can run a generator and not bother anybody, you need to buy your own infrastructure. It's so fucking dirt cheap and easy. It's pathetic. You just get a couple of fucking batteries, like the RV batteries. You get a couple of inverters, and then you have a generator charge and a couple of battery chargers. And you just have a generator, put gas in it. You have your own power. That's your own power right there. That's it. You have your own power now. You have your own power infrastructure. Theirs is old, and it's not yours. And they want you to pay for it. They want you to pay for their shit so they can charge you for more. So what you do is you get your own power. You buy a couple batteries, as many as you need. You buy as many battery chargers as you need. And the trick is you're with the same gas generator, you're charging all these batteries at once for about 3-4 hours. If you get the rapid charges like I used to have, it's you know, I have to go kind of 4 hours right now. These chargers fucking rot. They're not enough amps, but at the same time, you can run a lot more chargers. So like if you run like you could run 3-4 chargers at once and charge 3-4 batteries at one time with the same generator and the same gas while it's running for about 3 hours. You can go at least a day or two without having to run the generator if you do it right. You just plug in the inverter to the battery and you got power now. And you just, all you have to do and need there is just gasoline to put in the generator. That's the only thing you're dependent on is gasoline prices. That's it. Yeah, it's the bet. But you're dependent on the electric company just giving you fees, just creating fees out of thin air, late fees out of thin air, charging you more money out of thin air, blacking you out when they want, and claiming they don't have enough, you know, and claiming, making up excuses and having blackouts, and you're not even getting what you're paying for, and they can do all this shit and control you when all you need is some gas, and you can have your own fucking power as long as you can run a generator that ain't bothering anybody. Get a quiet one, a Honda. Something like that. Well, it doesn't have to be that. Whatever. Like back in the day, they're probably too. You probably have better ones. I don't even know.
Exactly ready to deliver this mega power capacity required. And keep in mind, in a lot of cases, utility infrastructure upgrade costs are passed along to the.
I just run your regular fucking. It was like at the time because of inflation, it was up to like $400 or $500, but they didn't used to be that. They were only a couple $100. God, it's annoying. And you know, you just get a whatever 2,500 watt generator.
Ratepayer, aka you and me. For millions of households, higher utility bills are stretching budgets thinner than ever. And this is before the cold weather season. So while AI and tech keep advancing and even encroaching on quiet neighborhoods across the U.S.
Encroaching and infringing on your rights and freedoms.
Everyday Americans might continue to see soaring power costs, at least partially resulting from it.
But see, they can't do that to you if you got your own independent power infrastructure, folks. It's a no-brainer. It's what I use right now. I know if I had better batteries and chargers, my chargers are shit. I need new chargers, new batteries, and maybe another inverter. But my Jenny's good for now, and so I mean, if I just really am desperate for new chargers because my good ones got fucked up. They do wear out and shit eventually, your chargers and shit. But you know, but they're, you know, if you get good ones, they won't. You know, whatever. But I mean, I buy the cheap, you know, whatever.
So they're saying by 20.
They got a lot of planned obsolescence, but if you had money, you could get good ones, and you can go for a long time without having to buy another charger for your batteries. But that's about all you're going to go through is gas and maybe a charger here and there.
2026, California should be
battery. I mean, I've been through many generators because I used to live in my truck for years. I went through so many fucking generators in the snow. I'd been just sitting in the snow, running. You see the big mess all melted.
Expected to pay over $8 a gallon for gas? Something's got to change, y'all. If you live in California, you have got to be thinking to yourself, okay, how the fuck am I going to continue to live here? I am not about to pay no $8 a gallon for gas. You got to give shots out to Joe Rogan because he called this out in 2020 or some shit. He knew back then that, yo, California is absolutely losing their fucking minds. California is being ran by a bunch of those bad kids. Remember back in school, like how the teacher would go away and you would get a substitute and then all the little bad kids just got to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do? That's what California is dealing with right now, and it seems like no one can stop it. Meanwhile, the rest of the country is paying a lower dollar amount in gas, but because California is California, they got to say, oh no, by 2026, everyone's going to pay $8. That's bullshit. And the excuse that they came up with for everyone in California to pay $8 is that they say that they're running out of oil. That's a goddamn lie. Donald Trump lowered gas for pretty much everywhere else in the country except California and like 2 other places like Washington State because they're trying to be California Junior. I'm forgetting California are just $4. Because we're not about to be paying no $8 for some gas, yo.
I don't know, guys. I feel like the MTA has some nerve to tell us that they're going to up the price to $3. for the subway fare in January, especially because I feel like
Now they're gonna, yo, you thought the subway was cheap? Fuck you, you poor broke bastard. We're raising the subway too now. Yeah, you want to travel? Fuck you, slave. You fucking dumb slaves.
they just increased it to $2.90. I don't know, because right now I just can't seem to think of any acceptable justification to increase the fare. You guys are saying that you're charging extra for inflation and operations, right? But wasn't that the same?
It's greed. They're greedy as shit. It's not just inflation. You're dealing with greed. These CEOs make millions, and their employees don't even have enough to. They don't make enough to survive, man. Tell me that ain't greed. How is that not greed? She knows. You know it's greed.
Thing that y'all said congestion pricing was for, and that you guys are getting hundreds of millions of dollars for. But what are we paying it for? For you guys to implement more anti-fare evasion turnstiles for people to
Thank you. Damn, she's fucking killing it.
still walk through them? I'm confused. For you guys to pay more people security to stand there and do nothing? Like, yeah, they literally do nothing. They literally do nothing. I can hop the turnstile right now and they wouldn't do nothing. You guys claim that you guys are losing $700 million in fare evasion, yet employ people to stand around and keep installing new anti-fare evasion turnstiles that do not work. We've seen the people on TikTok walking right through it, pushing through. Maybe if you guys...
Fucking clown show, a shit show. It's embarrassing. It's and easy to call out. You're just calling it out.
Install turnstiles that actually work, you wouldn't need to charge us more to fix your mistakes. And if you're raising the price to recover lost funds because people are not paying the fare, don't you think that you're going to lose even more money? Because now it's even more expensive, so people will have even more of an incentive to not pay the fare. Make it make sense.
There's this weight in these videos, isn't there?
Damn, this motherfucker just scared me.
Like people are just tired. Not angry tired, but that deep kind of tired where you've been fighting for so long.
Enough with the voice, dude. You gotta just stop it, man.
And that finish line just keeps moving. And I think what stands out
I wonder what he's got stuck in his throat. Like, what the fuck is in your throat, bro?
to me is how these increases are across the board. A $300 rent
I don't want to know.
increase is a lot. But now it's not even shocking anymore. It's just Tuesday, that shift, that normalization of struggle. And I think it's just going to get worse. And of course, we got to talk about groceries and the fact that our dollar isn't stretching as it used to.
Okay, so as we approach the end of 2025, we all want to know what is going to happen to prices in 2026. Does this administration have some kind of secret?
So a money supply can only get bigger and bigger. So if the money supply can only get bigger and bigger because that's how they get paid in the government, is to borrow more money and your kids have to pay it back, remember? If that's how they get money to pay all the governments around the world, like Argentina, Ukraine, Israel, and to pay the president, your president, because you're a child and you need a leader, to pay your people, that they have to create more money and inflate they have to inflate the money supply more to get paid. That's how government works with the Federal Reserve and the fractional reserve system. So in order for the government to stay open, remember the debt ceiling, they got to raise the debt ceiling so they can have more money loaned from the Federal Reserve that you have to pay back. So they have to keep raising the debt. They have to keep raising the debt or they don't get paid. So they have to inflate the money supply and devalue the product of your hard work, time, and labor and time. So they have to devalue your money in order to get paid. In order to exist, they have to devalue your money. So where the fuck do you think prices are going if the value of your dollar is going to keep going down and down? Where the fuck do you think it's going? The prices have to go up, silly. If the value of your dollar goes down.
Secret sauce that's going to reverse these severe
Value of your dollar can never rise in this system because they all have to get paid. And plus they got to pay Ukraine and the military industrial complex, big pharma, bad karma complex. They got to pay all these fucking pedophile corporations that they're in bed with. Literally.
price increases. And then actually bring them down to where they were before Trump took office, because after all, that was Trump's.
Listen, I just explained the prices are never coming down. I'm so sorry you can't comprehend that.
Campaign promise.
I don't know why you don't listen. Oh, she's a video.
Right? Well, if we look at just the projections for the
Right. Yes, $1,000 for a water bill is absolutely insane. Giving $8.5 billion for jets to Israel to kill innocent children and to actually wipe them out from an area that you claim is yours because you just believe it. And so, yeah, that's a mental illness. So, yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Instead of giving $8.58 billion to starving children in the U.S. and homeless people and providing homes and shelter and heat. And heat, man. Heat. It gets fucking cold, man. Instead of providing heat so people don't have to suffer, they stole your fucking money again in your face. Right after giving $40 billion to Argentina, more money to Israel and Ukraine. I don't know what to say, man. You people that won't wake up, man. Please donate, help me out. I don't know what to say, man. I get no appreciation, no love. I guess you guys hate me. I'm sorry you hate me this much. I'm just, telling you the truth. I apologize for that. Have a good one, y'all. Thank you guys that come here and do support me. Appreciate you, you guys that are good to me. You're far and few between these days. You're like diamonds in the rough. So very special and unique people. Very, very small percentage of the world. And, I'm going to have to show that one on the next one. I got to find that one video. Hold on. Man, there is something if I can find it, man, you have to see this shit. God dang it. It ain't that one. Oh, where is it, man? Holy shit, this is it. Wait. Covered me harder, daddy. All right. I'm sorry I almost bailed out on you. I got to show you one more quick. Hey, two people are going to be pissed. Sorry, guys. I'm going to show one more quick video here. I got to show this. I'm sorry.
The official numbers for world population released by the United Nations, as of now, have just surpassed 8 billion people living on Earth. In 1800, there were only 900 million members of the human family spread across the world, raising to 1.6
survivors of the X Factor event. That's all there was. In 1800, there was only 900 million survivors from the X Factor event by 1800s left. Or they've already multiplied up to that point, actually, because it was before a couple hundred years before that, at least 200 probably.
65 billion in 1900. and skyrocketing to nearly 7 billion in the year 2000.
Which
Now,
is ridiculous, dude. Okay? Okay? It took this long to go from here to there, right? So that's it doesn't just all of a sudden change and now it jumps exponentially to this. A more realistic move would be at the same amount as this and maybe a touch higher. This right here is mental illness. Gone from if you think the world populated like rabbits from 1.6 billion to 7 billion in 100 years, you're mentally ill. You're mentally ill. But hey, let's take their own numbers and add them up and see what we really get. Okay, let's just see what we really get. Are you ready? You're going to be flabbergasted.
now, in 2023, we have allegedly just passed the 8 billion mark. Given past failures and the many lies spewed by the UN during recent world events, however, it is fair and justified to remain skeptical of such statistics and to do some independent investigation before blindly believing. By collecting official statistics and doing your own math, it is difficult to find a way for these numbers to add up. For example, India supposedly has a countrywide population of well over 1.4 billion citizens. But when practical calculations are made using the UN's own numbers, how they could possibly conclude such a high figure is clear as mud. Taking their official figures of populations from the largest 300 cities in India, from 12.4 million in the biggest city Mumbai, to just over 100,000 in the 300th placed city of Aurangabad, and adding them all together, that barely accounts for 200 million of this supposed 1.4 billion.
Oops, sorry, you've been lied to, retards.
If all the 300 places with the largest populations in India taken together only account for 200 million people, it is statistically and geographically impossible for there to be another 7 times this number mysteriously hiding out in the remaining small towns and villages with populations all lower than 100,000. A similar situation occurs when adding up the official figures for the entire world's 300 most populated cities. Taking the UN's own official statistics from 24.1 million in the world's largest city of Shanghai, China, to only 361,000 people in the 300th largest city of Beirut, Lebanon, the combined figures only come out to approximately 1 billion people. Even after
There we go. 1 billion at the most, but he's going to be real generous and kind of retarded here, but that's fine. That's good. But you got about 1 billion people here. And that's what I see when I travel around the world from what little I've traveled around the world. This is what I've gathered.
After adding all the statistics calculated for surrounding metropolitan and suburban housing areas around each city, the total only amounts to around 1.5 billion. Where are these other alleged 6.5 billion people hiding? Being generous.
Hey, motherfucker hiding. Where are you? Look at this motherfucker. You see him hiding? This guy's clever.
Independent analysts have estimated at most another 1 billion people could possibly be spread out across the world's rural countrysides,
Which is ridiculous.
still putting the actual number well below 3 billion. The likely reason for these exaggerated statistics is that governments are incentivized to lie about population figures.
They get more money. It's so obvious. Everything seems to be about money, man.
In order to collect more money for social programs. Then, by raising population figures to shocking
All fraud, corruption. The existence of government is corruption, fraud.
levels, fear is created in the minds of the masses.
The belief in authority is a mental illness, a trick. You've been tricked. You have a weak mind. You're a slave. You have a slave mentality. You don't understand freedom. You don't think for yourself. You're an order follower. You're just a follower.
And they are even more easily able to control and sell us on expensive, enslaving solutions. This hoax has resulted in billions of dollars spent fighting the phantom of so-called overpopulation.
Yeah, now wait till you see this phantom of so-called overpopulation now. Look at the damage it's called. This mental illness, this belief in overpopulation that we just completely fucking debunked in a couple minutes. Look at the damage that this mentality, this mental illness, look at the harm it has caused, the tangible, physical, showable, provable harm.
Population, and led to many inhumane population control programs. In reality, however, if everyone were all squeezed into a population density of 27,000 per square mile, which is comparable to New York City, 8 billion people would only fill up the state of Texas, leaving the entire rest of the world uninhabited. Thus,
Uninhabited. The entire, like right now, 96% of the United States, 96% of the United States, so you're listening, is uninhabited right now. You are right. You are all herded. You have all been herded into the slave cities where you're forced to work and not live free off the land. And everything else has been quarantined off from you under the guise of preservation and parks. And everybody's too dumb to see it. When all that land used to be free to everybody. Nobody can sell you land that they didn't pay for. Remember that. Buying land is a scam. It's a mental illness, another bad belief, another one.
the idea that Earth is dangerously overpopulated and governments need to take drastic measures to combat the issue is another paper tiger attempting to scare us into submission. Overpopulation concerns
They also try to scare you by telling you that China has all this more people than you to make you think they can just invade us and outnumber us. That's nonsense. Don't be afraid of anything.
led China to enact a brutal one-child policy. Forced sterilization is a method of population control in some countries.
Check out the shit they did, these mental ill retards, under the guise of this hoax. Look at the damage they caused. Check this shit out. This is crazy. This is fucking crazy what the fucking pedophile United Nations actually did to people.
250,000 Peruvian women were sterilized. Our government, through the UN Population Fund, is involved in population moderation programs around the world, including in...
Did you hear that? Did you fucking hear that? So therefore, the intelligence agencies that are controlled by the pedophiles, it shouldn't be, these families that have been here established for hundreds of years, the banksters that create money out of thin air, the Federal Reserve.
India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nigeria, Mexico, Indonesia, Brazil, the Philippines, Thailand, Egypt, Turkey, Ethiopia, and Colombia. The greatest threat to man...
Cover me harder, Daddy!
Mankind's prosperity is government, not population growth.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, folks, overpopulation is a complete hoax, which is something that I've been saying for years.
Not really. You kind of dorked it for a while there. But anyway, how's everybody doing? I know I was going to sign off, but I had to show that really good debunking of the overpopulation. I had to show the overpopulation hoax and debunk it real quick before I signed off today. Again, I'm like Rodney Dangerfield over here. I get no respect, no love, no donations. I'm starving. I'm cold. I don't know what to do. And if you don't see me, it's not because it's not by my fucking choice. I mean, I owe for the internet bill. I'm behind on that. I owe my fucking neighbor. I can't even I got to pay the dumb fucking taxes. I got to pay the fucking taxes. I mean, I don't even have fucking food, man. And goddamn fucking about to run out of fucking propane gas. So any help is very appreciated. If you appreciate the truth of meltology, that all mountains are melted buildings, throw me a dono if you can. If you can't afford it, don't. Because, I don't need that kind of karma. If you need the money, don't send it to me, please. Thanks. Much love, y'all. Appreciate you. Love you guys. I do. I'm very grateful for any support. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. Smile. You're on Candid Camera. Well, you will be with all the fucking Orwellian Big Brother shit if they get their way.